Welcome to the Tom Barnard podcast, brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryan Personal Injury Lawyers at MinnesotaPersonalInjury.com with
co-host Kathryn Brandt and a couple of dogs.
And Andy Brandt Barnard.
How about 3 dogs? Not just a couple, you got 3 of them.
I have May on my lap, Jude curled up next to me, and Birch at my feet.
I'm just noticing a problem with our new lighting temperature.
Oh yeah, it is a little dark.
It's not so much that it's dark, it's that you guys look good. I look like I'm in a mortuary.
You do. You look very pale.
I think we have warmer lights. Actually, let me see.
He looks very pale.
Yeah, I look really not good.
Look like you're glowing.
Well, it's because I've got white lights, and you guys what I'm talking about is before the show. Dad was talking about how these lights are kind of like piercing your retinas.
Well, it's only about 4 feet away from me.
Yeah, they do get
They do.
bright.
So I made them warmer, which also makes, so I had to adjust the white balance. But these ones up here, not warm at all. So I'm going to see if, I think these ones are the right temperature.
Those change?
I have bulbs.
Oh, aren't they hot?
Oh, you have bulbs on you? You just walk around with bulbs?
I just never got rid of them because you never know.
You never do know.
Are these any warmer? Come on, warm.
Yes, much warmer.
Much warmer. All
Is
right.
that better?
Yeah, you look better already.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked like he was dead.
I was like, yikes.
Andy looked like he needed some hemoglobin.
What are you gonna do?
Speaking of hemoglobin, I went to the doctor this morning and got my annual $16,000 health check.
16,000?
Well, I pay $8,000 a year in health insurance. I have an $8,000 deductible. And once you're 65, you go on Medicare. You have to.
Yeah.
They force you, and you have to have a supplement because Medicare doesn't pay for anything except for one annual health screening.
Oh.
So it's a $16,000 health screening.
Oh, that looks a lot better, Andy.
There we go. I look much healthier.
Yes,
look
now.
alive.
You look much healthier.
You look alive.
So it was amazing. So after 65, they act like you're 107. They're like, how many times have you fallen in the last month? I'm like, just because you turn 65 doesn't mean you instantly start tipping over.
How many pieces is your hip in right now?
Do you have rugs in your home?
What?
Do you have a helmet
Oh, that's
spare?
right, you do. They asked you if you have rugs.
I know.
Yeah,
And then
they
they do the Alzheimer's test, which I'm like, still village, kitchen, baby. I still have it.
Baby.
I love it when you make the screen that
Then
big,
you have to
Andy.
draw a
Yes.
clock and put the numbers on, and then they're
Oh,
like,
they made you do the clock?
They made me do the clock,
Wow.
and they said, do 10. I think we look a little too brown.
It's just a little dark. I'll turn up
Okay.
the ISO.
And then they make you do 10 after 11 is what she had me do.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. So I passed all that stuff, but $16,000 episode.
16,000 just to make sure that you're not dying.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I ever have a huge health problem, I'll be happy about it, but
I suppose.
that I have insurance. But so far, all these years, I think the last time I had any significant medical bills was when I had my knee replacement 15 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, so when you turn 65, you're automatically disabled. Exactly. I couldn't believe it. I was like, why are you so intent in thinking that I'm 107? There's a big difference between your 60s.
Yeah.
I mean, but
I
they...
don't know. I think a lot of people, once they turn 65, do start falling and stuff because they don't take care of themselves.
Really?
Well,
There's a lot of people who in their 60s who they just don't walk because they're in such bad health.
Well, I went to a chemotherapy session with somebody. I won't say her name.
Are we
'cause-
keeping that a secret still?
Well, I haven't asked her if it's
I
okay
suppose
to
we
talk
should,
about
yeah.
it. So, it's her business. So I went with somebody and as her emotional support human being. And there was a woman across from where she was getting her chemotherapy. It's one of those infusion centers. And she was talking about that she had cancer in 2021, thought it was all gone, and then all of a sudden it came back with a vengeance. So now she's in chemotherapy 2 or 3 days a week.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Yikes.
because it's colorectal cancer.
Oh,
and I
yeah.
guess that's a pretty nasty one.
Yes, it is.
And I thought she was at least 78. She was my age.
Oh, God.
I'm like, that chemo stuff, man. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it's hard on you.
Oh, God, yeah.
Really
absolutely.
hard on
Well, I'm
you.
sure
What
having
can you do?
colorectal cancer is also not terribly easy.
No. It was just unbelievable how awful it was watching. Because I was sitting next to this person who was only in her 30s, and she looked fairly healthy because she hadn't had to have chemo in a couple of weeks. And by the end of her 5 bags of crap that they stick in her, 5 bags, immunotherapy, they gave her saline, they gave her I don't know how many bags of chemo, blah, blah, blah. She was almost like a greenish yellow.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
So are you talking about the person that you went with, or are you
Yeah,
talking about this
the person I
older
went
woman?
with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it really was just awful.
In her case, I can see fighting hard.
Yeah, because
But I think if I was in my late 60s and I was going through that, I'd be like, this just can't be worth it, right?
I kind of feel like that's maybe how I was. Even today at the doctor, she's like, well, do you want to, she's like, last time you had your cholesterol checked, which was 5 years ago, it was a little bit high. And we've lowered the standard since then. And, you know, given the mathematical equation with your age, your blah, 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 your gender, and your cholesterol level, you have a 3% chance of having a heart episode or a stroke because of high cholesterol.
In the next what? The rest of your life?
I guess.
'Cause that's pretty low.
In the next 10 years.
Oh, it's
And
still
she
not
said it's
bad.
actually kind of high. And I'm like, I'll take my 3%
Yeah,
chance.
3% over. Yeah, because
I'm not going on that Lipitor
statins
crap.
and stuff. No,
Yeah, I'm
I
not
don't
going
mess.
on that stuff.
I don't want to. I wouldn't want to mess with those.
No, they just everything that we talked about. Oh, you can't sleep. It was like, we'll give you. Oh, do you need some
Yeah.
antidepressants? Do you need this? Do you need that? It was just like I could have walked away with probably 15 pills today if I
Well,
would
yeah,
have said yes.
people are talking about that one woman who killed her kids with all the she was on
yeah.
15 different prescriptions. It's like anyone who wants to can be on 15 prescriptions. It's not difficult
No.
to rack up prescriptions because that's what bad doctors do. They just say, here is a fistful of pills.
Well, and you could just keep going to, if you go to a different medical system, like I've been going to Park Nicollet,
Yeah.
they know everything that I'm on. And so when they feed it in the computer, it should spit back, she shouldn't take this because she's on that.
Yeah.
But if I keep on going to a different
Yep.
thing and I never tell them I went anywhere, you could get all kinds of stuff.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
I do like a lot of the comments that are appearing.
So many I can't even read them all.
Oh, wow.
Is that T. Lars? Is that what that says? T. Lars 36?
He said a few things, yes.
Yeah, he says a few things, which and by the way, we really, really like your comments. So, you know, if you think, oh, maybe I shouldn't comment, I love reading the comments.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause
Hop
they're-
on YouTube and comment away.
Yeah, they're very, very on. Well, like this one from T. Lars 36. Oh, Dumbo Care ended open market insurance as we once knew it.
It sure did.
My family's insurance is $1,600 a month. I mean, that is for 4 people.
But $1,600 a
but
month,
still,
20
yeah.
grand a year.
It's insane. It is absolutely ridiculous.
20 grand a
insane.
year.
Yep.
That's more than when I was your age, the people made.
And I mean, to be fair, I am using it. Boy, am I ever using it.
Yeah,
but,
you guys need health care.
Yeah, if I was a healthier person, I wouldn't be on this plan.
Yeah, but I never, all I do is preventative screening stuff. I mean,
Well, yeah,
obviously.
honestly, you might not even need health. Can you just not have insurance? You could,
I don't
right?
think so. I think you get fined if you don't have Medicare or Obamacare.
Well,
or
you need
something.
Medicare, but you don't pay for Medicare.
Yeah, you do.
I thought you paid into it until you took
Medicaid
it.
is fairly free, I guess.
Hmm.
That's low income free health care.
Well, how much? So you're paying $400 a month for Medicare?
I pay $370 for Medicare,
Wow,
and I
that's-
pay almost $400 for Blue Cross Blue Shield Gap insurance because Medicare doesn't cover shit. I mean anything. Sorry about the swearing.
Oh, so
No,
you're
shit's good.
you're paying almost $800 just by yourself?
Yep.
And then I'm more
Wow.
than that, right?
And you're
Probably.
no, you actually are about the same
About the same.
because I think the Medicare is based on your income or something. Kind
Yeah,
of.
that would make sense.
Yeah, they keep on jacking it up.
But Joe says the fine is cheaper than the insurance, and it probably is.
Oh, I bet that's true, yeah.
So I mean, I don't know.
Well, here you go. T. Lars again, 36. T. Lars, 36. If I could afford medical, I would be paying $2,700 a month with a $10,000
Okay,
deductible.
that is just
Yep.
criminal.
That's insane.
And what I love is why isn't my money banked, at
Right.
least part of it,
Right, absolutely.
for my use?
Well, that's what I thought it was. I thought it was like, what's it, the Social Security? You pay into it and then you get it back theoretically.
No.
But so Medicare's not like that. You pay into it and then you also pay into it again more later.
Yeah.
That's insane.
The
Yeah,
theft.
maybe there's like income limits that maybe some people get it for free, but we don't.
Maybe when I turn 65, I'll move to a different country.
Well, the theft that's going on, particularly, and I just saw this on the national news the last 2 days, the most theft happening across the nation is in Minnesota.
Well, some of the stories that are coming out in Minnesota,
It's
just
unbelievable.
it's embarrassing. There's
Sure
this
is.
one guy that just got a immigrant, outstanding immigrant award from the state of Minnesota.
Outstanding immigrant.
Outstanding
Isn't that a little
immigrant.
patronizing?
Yes,
Exactly.
Just a little patronizing. yeah.
Outstanding immigrant, and then I think he's running some sort of a Medicare fraud, daycare
shock.
fraud. I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just, it's endless. And there was another guy, I think he was maybe even running for office or was going to run for office. And this guy's running a Medicare daycare brothel.
I know.
I mean,
Daycare
know.
brothel.
You just
look
That's
at
not a
this
good
stuff.
combo.
You just look at this stuff and apparently there's still daycare centers being opened up left and right in Minnesota.
Oh, it's not even an
Left and
outstanding
right.
immigrant. It's outstanding refugee.
Refugee.
You got the outstanding
Sorry.
refugee award.
Outstanding refugee.
Okay, so what is his deal?
He is facing 3 counts of aiding and abetting by swindle, which is a fun word, and 5 counts of aiding and abetting by false representation in a part of a scam, alleged scam, to bill Medicaid for over $1 million in fraudulent services. So Medicaid fraud.
Outstanding refugee.
And
I have a
Medicaid fraud is a big deal, by the way. They
It
take
is,
that very,
yeah.
very
It
seriously.
is.
Well, they
Okay,
should.
outstanding refugee. Aren't refugees people that had to flee their own country?
Well,
No.
I don't
Outstanding
know.
refugee, it's like something that you'd give to a grade schooler for like, outstanding pick up the crayons award.
Right, but a refugee is someone who had to leave their home country. isn't it?
Well,
Theoretically, yes.
What I don't understand is a lot of these refugees are going back to their homeland on
Exactly.
vacation.
Yeah, that's the thing.
2-3 times a year they're going back. I don't even understand.
What happened to Minnesota? I know that's always been a really weird
And-
political state.
And the other thing is, okay, so you got the two, outstanding citizens bilking the system for millions.
Yeah.
Bill.
And then apparently there was some Somali gangs, which, supposedly the Star Tribune says there are no Somali gangs. That's all made up. But there's a Somali gang, and they were going to go have a war at the state fair, the Minnesota State Fair. I guess this was a real threat.
Sure.
So, Attorney Keith Ellison, who
Oh,
doesn't do
God.
anything unless it's some sort of splashy against the corporate machine. He doesn't really help people, but he sure knows how to sue corporations. Anyway, which maybe they need to be sued. I don't know.
A lot of them, I'm sure, do.
But anyway, there's an injunction. They served the gangs with injunctions saying you can't go to the state fair.
You stay away.
You can't go to the state fair. They promised they won't go.
Yeah, they promised.
They
yeah,
promise
no
they
problem.
won't go to the state fair. I'm like, are they checking IDs and gang status at the gates? How are they going to know if these people come in or not?
I know.
I promise I won't go. Okay.
Why?
It's just it's just this weak, pathetic leadership in this state. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be ranting, but
Well,
it's just been a lot this week. A lot of stories coming out this week that are just, and then you wonder why you have to pay so much for everything. It's because everybody's stealing it.
Yeah. I'll rant about our video quality. What do you think, people? Is it too dark?
Too dark or
Good amount
it
of
looks
dark?
okay to me. I'm very red. Jude's very
Yeah,
red.
is it a little too orange? I think it might be a little too orange.
it's fine. Don't
Adjust the
worry
white
about
balance,
I don't know.
the WB,
I
as
mean,
it were.
it. God, some of the comments. I love your comments, all of you. You post the best comments
Do you
ever.
get free preventative visits at the brothel? Maybe for STDs. I don't know.
Yeah,
Perhaps.
maybe.
Maybe
That's
that's
a
one thing they're
possibility, I
doing for
suppose.
their clientele.
Yeah, I just don't know. As I said, and I've mentioned this on the show before, I was born in Long Prairie, Minnesota. I was raised in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I love Minnesota. I've had a wonderful. I had a wonderful radio career for 30. Well, just the KQ one was 37 years. Before that, it was another, I don't know how many years, because I started when I was 18 years old. But I just don't there is a certain element in this state that is unbearable to deal with. What is going on here? Can't we? So we don't want to work together.
I don't know.
Is there too much money involved?
I believe there has to be like a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
There has to be. They must be somehow feeding off of each other. That's the only thing I can think of.
Well, I'll give you an example from my own personal life. You know, I was in radio for 50 years or whatever the hell it was, 45 years, I guess it was. Some of my best friends opposed me on other radio stations. So, you know, the Chuck Knapps of the world and John Hines of the world. And I could go down. I made a lot of friendships with a lot of people that I was competing against. You know, Sid Hartman. I adored Sid Hartman. Why was it possible? We were fighting for the same dollars, you know, invested in advertising on their station, our station, everybody. We were literally up against each other for ratings, for money, for everything. We were fighting it out, and yet we're still great friends to this day. I don't understand this hatred in the state of Minnesota, which is at an all-time high.
Well, I don't think it's just Minnesota.
Oh, but it's the worst here.
It's because politics is injected into schools, libraries, the fair, everything is just politics here. There's nothing that isn't.
I know. I just wish they'd calm down. Come on, Tommy B. It goes against their evil agenda.
Evil agenda.
Oh, that's true.
There's a fog upon LA said, I went to the Ramsey County Fair. It was odd. They had metal detectors and about 50 officers spread out almost like they assumed something bad was going to happen.
Yeah, we went to Carver and it was
We went
great.
to the Carver County Fair and we
Nothing.
didn't see any cops or metal detectors. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the Ramsey County Fair is bigger.
I would assume it was.
Or
it would
maybe-
be much bigger.
Yeah, it should be bigger. I would
Maybe
guess.
there was some threats. I don't know. I mean, another Minnesota lovely thing. You know those Lime scooters?
Oh, yeah.
Apparently they've been being used for street takeovers.
Street takeovers.
A couple
what do you
times
mean?
a week, people just go.
They take over the entire street?
Yep, they go on bridges. They, you know,
God.
I don't know. They're probably protesting and screaming about some political thing.
They do that.
Yeah, they do. Apparently, Lime is going to have no-go zones where they just stop now, or they slow down, so these people can't
Oh,
take them
interesting.
and
Right.
do this with it anymore. Because otherwise, I mean, I would just have them removed from the city if I were in charge. I'd be like, you can't have them, obviously.
Well, yeah, for real.
They make money off of everything, like you just said. There's money to be made. They never do any research whatsoever, which I don't really get. I went up to Grand Forks, North Dakota. No, wait a minute. Yeah, it was Grand Forks, North Dakota. I think I was 18 years old. And, you know, I didn't have a place to live or anything, so I was living at a hotel for a while. And then I met Victor Treadwell and his sister Gail. And they said, well, why don't you just move in with us? That'd be fine. We'd all work out in the end, and, you know, this would be great, and blah, blah, blah. And so I did and lived with them the whole time I was up in Grand Forks, North Dakota. And that would have been in 1971 or 2, something like that. This might come as a shock to you because that was, 75, not 75 years ago. It was 50 years ago for sure.
Yeah.
Right? So 50 years ago, Uncle Tommy lived with a black man and his black sister. 50 years ago. These problems that they keep chirping about are only there because they keep chirping about them. People would get along wonderfully if you just let them, if you shut your mouth and let people live their lives. Don't you agree?
I don't know. I mean, it's like I said, people in their own families won't speak to each other because of somebody that they voted for.
Yeah, I know.
The day whoever the president of the United States makes me weep and wring my hands every day is the day
Yeah.
I think I should go on lithium or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Or something.
Maybe you should go on lithium. There's a possibility.
I don't worry about it every day. Never have, never will.
I got to take a break here. Their website is minnesotapersonalinjury.com, but at Bradshaw and Bryant, they don't stop at personal injury. If you've been accused of a crime and need criminal defense representation, they are here to help. Visit them in Waite Park or Golden Valley. Talk to them on the phone at 320-259-5414 or schedule a video call. Arrangements are flexible, but when it comes to getting their clients the representation they need, there is no compromise.
All right, I have some good news and I have some bad news.
Okay, the bad news first.
Oh, the bad news first?
Oh, dear.
Well, the bad news is that there is another foodborne illness outbreak, specifically in Minnesota and Wisconsin this time.
What
Why?
is it?
What?
Sprouts. Do not eat the sprouts.
No sprouts. I love sprouts.
It seems like no, not the
No,
grocery
sprouts
store.
like literal sprouts sort of.
Oh,
made of
literal
plants,
sprouts.
You would
yes.
never eat a sprout in your whole entire life,
No.
so you're okay.
Yeah, alfalfa sprouts specifically.
Alfalfa
It seems
sprouts.
like sprouts always have
Yes.
a problem.
I have not eaten sprouts in 20 years because one of the sickest times I have ever been is after eating a bunch of sprouts. And yeah, sprouts constantly have.
Yeah.
I used to love sprouts. Remember when I was a kid? I would eat sprouts all the time. I would just eat
Yeah.
a box of
well,
sprouts.
they, the way they grow them so fast, and it's a hot,
Yep.
humid environment. So it's just, unless it's washed properly or taken care of properly, I'm guessing there could be a lot of bacteria in there.
Yeah, no, sprouts are one of those things that I will not eat anymore. I just won't do it. But yeah, right now it's E. coli, salmonella, so both very not fun to have.
Yeah, I would imagine that's true.
Yeah, so if you're thinking of eating any sprouts in the near future and you're in Minnesota, don't do it.
So E. coli is from poop, right?
He sure is. Salmonella often is too.
So why is there poop in the sprouts?
Poop in the sprouts.
Only guess.
Poop in the sprouts.
Why? Why put poop in the sprouts, people?
Yeah, stop pooping in the sprouts, damn it.
But then the good news is, let me just,
We have good news.
I'm going to make this big enough so everyone can see it. Transition.
Is that my mother?
That
No.
is Ethel Caterham. She is the
Ethel?
world's oldest person. And she just turned 117.
117.
Oh, no, thank you, Ethel. I'm
Yeah.
glad for you, but none for me, thanks.
Does she listen to the show?
In England, probably not, but you never know.
Come on.
These older British people seem to live forever.
They do.
That
Brits
they do.
live forever.
And don't Japanese
Yeah.
people a lot of times live forever?
Japanese people
They do,
as
yes.
well, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Japan's
amazing.
got a problem with so many old. They have so many old people.
Yeah,
that
and
can't work
young
anymore.
people refuse to get married and have babies in
Yes,
Japan.
they
They're having
do.
a big problem.
Well, one of the things that they never address, and it's absolutely true, I talked about it on the KQ Morning Show years ago and got criticized for doing it. Japanese people and people in particularly England live longer because they're smaller than we are. Smaller beings tend to live longer.
Yeah,
is true.
That's
That's
true.
a fact.
Or put
No.
it another way, larger people tend not to live longer.
They're not to live
Well, yeah,
And by
yes.
larger, I mean tall in particular.
Yeah,
Tall
yeah.
people
Yes.
don't live very long.
They
It's
don't.
true.
And usually,
Some do.
I mean, I wonder what the, like, if there's a cutoff where it's like, you shouldn't be over this height. Because I think, like, 6 foot, 6'2", I don't think you're going to be in much trouble. But, like, basketball players, people who are in the high sixes, maybe
Yep.
in the low sevens, they have to watch out for their heart health in particular.
God, yes.
Heart health and cancer, because they just have more cells. And more cells means more opportunity for cancer.
Didn't somebody just
Great.
release some information on a person that is now 8'2"? Wouldn't
Horrible.
Wouldn't that be the tallest
That's
human
like a-
being ever?
What was Andre the Giant?
Most living person.
Wasn't he almost that tall?
The tallest living person, yes, is 8'2".
8'2".
Sultan Kosin, I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that correctly, a Turkish farmer born in 1982. He's 8'2".
8'2". I saw his picture.
And he would have been taller, but in 2010, they cut out his pituitary to make him stop.
To make him stop growing.
He literally would have kept growing forever.
So he'd be dead now.
Oh, so he had
He
some
would have
weird
been.
disorder.
Yes, he has
He's
acromegaly and gigantism.
8'2".
Let me see if I can get a picture
That's
of
got to
him.
be hard to find a chair
I would imagine, yeah.
much less pants.
You got your knees up here while you're eating
I'm only
dinner.
5'9", and I can barely get an inseam that's long enough
You're
for
taller
me.
I
than
know.
5'9".
I've always been 5'9".
Really?
You're like 5'11".
I thought you were
I
my
am
height.
not.
I don't know.
5'11". I'm 5'9". Always
So-
have been.
Nothing wrong with being 5'11".
I didn't even lose any height so
You're
far.
bringing that up because I reported the other day I am under 6 feet tall now.
We're all shrinking.
I'm not
at my
shrinking
age,
yet.
you do shrink.
I should be
unfortunately.
shrinking. Now that I'm on Medicare, I should have been shrunk down by a foot. Should be hunched over.
Are you
Look at
okay?
that.
Can you get home by yourself?
Yeah.
Look at that.
Can you
here,
hear
I'm-
me, lady?
All right, I'm going to transition this over. This is him standing next to a basketball hoop, drinking a regular-sized can of soda.
Oh, it looks
And-
like looks like he's doing one of those V8s.
Yeah, it sure does.
Look at that.
Oh my God! Well, he's not,
8'2",
You know what?
right?
He's not as dorky looking as you'd think it.
Oh, that's nice.
Well, you know what? You know.
You know, you're not dorky
Thought
looking
he'd be a
at
total
all.
dweeb.
That's
You know,
very sweet, man.
Andre the Giant looked like he had something wrong.
Yeah, that's
Right?
That's
true.
true.
Yeah, this guy looks fairly normal.
Well, we have a lot
Just
better
very, very
understanding of things like acromegaly these days.
Yeah.
We can do things. There's hormone therapies and that sort of
Oh,
thing. So,
okay.
Yep.
but when Andre had it, I mean, God only knows.
That is
Andre
one
the
tall
Giant.
guy.
One tall fella.
Well, plus the fact he was so incredibly broad-shouldered too.
Oh, he was just.
His shoulders were
Large.
huge.
Yeah, he was monstrous.
But what the hell?
I can't
Oh,
imagine.
So
going
we've talked
through
about
life.
the world's tallest man, the world's oldest person, the most outstanding refugee. You know, we got a lot of exceptional individuals on our show we've talked about today.
yes, there's no question about that.
Charlie from Albuquerque says smaller people that are inactive usually die earlier than large people who are active.
Well,
I could
yes,
see
that's
that,
also
yeah.
true.
You have to be active. I mean, that's one thing in my family history. Was anybody ever active before I went out and
Your
lifted
mom
weights
wouldn't
instead of-
even touch grass.
No, it's
She
true. She
wouldn't.
wouldn't.
She's like, if it didn't have a sidewalk, she wouldn't walk on it.
Let's see,
She'd
the
had
lowest
a-
observed mortality rate was 5'8" for men and 5'2" for women.
There you go.
Below or above those heights, it rises. So
There you go.
if you're one of those two heights, then congratulations, Kristyn Burtt backstage, because I think you're like 1 inch off of that,
She's
right?
going to
And-
live to be 117.
and Melissa's 5'2", so she's perfect there.
There you go.
So there you go.
Yeah.
What do you think of that
Power
action?
walking 10 to 12 miles a day and only 6'1". Oh, well, you're going to live forever, too, Lars.
well, your parents power walked every day till they were 90.
Yeah, now the
So-
new thing is you're supposed to have a weighted vest to keep your bone density up.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
see.
it's supposed to be and it also helps get your heart rate up so you don't have to walk 12 miles a day. You can walk fewer miles.
What if I just carry Birch around?
Birch is about 50 pounds, so yeah, that would be good.
That would be a lot of weight. Hi, Birch.
Yeah.
ABQ, Charlie, you're absolutely right. Being active is huge. Doesn't matter how tall or small
Yes.
you are. If you're not active, you're going to die young.
That was the other thing. Okay, now that I'm 65, do you exercise more than 2 hours a week? I'm like, yeah.
Most people don't, I would argue. At 65 especially, I bet most people
2
don't.
hours?
Well,
That's
what-
nothing.
What is exercise, though? That's the thing.
Well, if you play pickleball or take a walk, right?
Yeah, you would think.
Well, not a Jude walk because that's just going out for a sniff.
yeah.
Yep.
So there's
A Judy.
yeah, it used to be that I had to power walk this dog 6 miles a day just to take the edge off.
Oh, I know.
Now he barely wants to go out and walk anymore. Now he's an old man.
It's all true.
Jude's on Medicare.
No, Jude, are you on Medicare?
I wish he were. He costs a lot of money
He could
these
pay
days.
his own way
in
then.
his
What do you
old
know?
age.
Honest to God.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Having
just
pets
repeat
is not
again.
cheap anymore.
Nana did not want another dog, and I said, yeah, right. I went and picked him up. We had him flown in from, I think, L.A. or something.
Imagine how little.
Texas.
Yeah,
Texas,
Texas.
okay.
Imagine how little content we'd have if Jude wasn't part of the podcast for the last 13 years or whatever.
Exactly,
Well,
Judy.
there's not going to be another dog after him for a very long time.
Uh-oh.
If I get another dog, it would be a purse-sized dog.
Yeah,
Toy
you know,
poodle or whatever?
It would have to
Teacup
be, It
chihuahua?
would have to be so tiny that I could carry it around in a purse and no one would know it was there.
Why is Kristen's picture frozen?
It's not
She's
frozen.
still-
Oh, you're not? Oh,
She's not. She's reading
okay.
up on all the interesting things to talk about.
Well, it's time to bring her on the show,
Sure
ladies
is.
and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Kristyn Burtt Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Kristen,
Top of the Friday to you.
Oh boy.
top of a Friday.
Top of the weekend to you is what I should say.
Yep.
Lars.
Here it is
Wonderful.
already.
Yes. You were just talking about Jude. A quick story on this. My friend has a horse named Kobe, and Kobe was in this TikTok video that went a little bit viral. And she was Googling her horse because what else do you do on the internet? And she
Yeah.
realized that AI had already captured characteristics about her horse, what it's like. So she went and then Googled my cats, London and Linus, and it had a whole profile of who
Really?
Linus is. Yes, AI and London. And it literally would say like London loves to jump in front of the camera on broadcasts. And Linus is
Wow.
True.
crazy.
I wonder.
And
I'm gonna ask ChatGPT. Tell
so
me
I
about
want to know
Kristyn
about
Burtt's
Jude, if Jude's famous.
Actually, yeah. Tell me about
Jude, are you
Jude, the
famous?
dog on
Because we
the
do talk
Tom-
about Jude.
We do.
All right.
Judith.
I asked, let's see, Jude is the Barnard family dog and has become something of a recurring character on the podcast rather than being mentioned occasionally. Jude is apparently a fairly neurotic/anxious dog. He's very reactive to lizards. Kathryn has described him as hating lizards even more than squirrels. Wow, it really knows.
Where'd that come up?
This is
Isn't
just
that shocking? Like it
Shocking.
labeled Linus as lazy but very famous because he does a lot of brand deals, which he does. And London is very energetic and always hopping into camera. So I'm like, oh, Jude must also have a profile.
I think it's pulling from
So weird.
transcripts on Apple Podcasts because it says the August 2026 episode number 2975, which is inaccurate, by the way, but still, says he survived bladder surgery that Kathryn
He
said
did.
was for bladder stones.
Yep.
And the citation it gives is from Apple Podcasts. So I think it can just read the transcripts of our
God.
show and it knows.
This
Yeah.
is why we need huge data centers, is to have stupid animal profiles all over the place.
Stupid
It's
animal
not crazy.
profiles.
And mine comes from a lot of my social media photos and
Yeah.
images put up on Instagram for my cats, which is funny. And then it was really funny. Linus just did a little brand deal with Catsiella, which has like a little rolling cat carrier. It's actually very nice. It's got like a telescopic handle. They just
nice.
emailed this morning. They're like, we would like to do another video with him. I'm like, yep, let's do it. So Linus is going to have another chance to add to his AI profile.
Wow, he's going to have a retirement account at this point.
At this rate, he's going to.
A retirement account.
Good.
He's going to have a pension.
Oh, IRA.
Yeah,
It's
a little
fun.
kitty IRA.
All right, it's Friday. What am I watching tonight and tomorrow and Sunday?
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm going to leave that to Tim, who's coming up next, because he's got all the scoop on the movies and everything.
This is
Well, that's true. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but TV-wise, of course, we are nearing the 25th anniversary of 9/11, and starting tonight, we're starting to get a lot of the specials, look backs, and things like that. Nat Geo is doing one in particular that obviously it was a huge tragedy, but they reconnect some of the people who encountered each other that day and maybe saved each other or helped each other, like a
Oh,
little bit of
yeah.
humanity. So it's considered more of an uplifting situation that came out of obviously a very horrible day for all of us. It's called 9/11 Reunited. It's a 3-part docu-series. So if anyone is looking for it, you'll find it interesting. Hard to believe it's 25 years, to be honest.
It is hard to believe.
Yeah.
It was quite an honor, I will tell you, and I didn't know it was happening. But there is a movie out about that day. It's the live stuff. It's basically about radio stations jumping in, and it begins with the KQ Morning Show. And the KQ Morning Show what's the name of that again, Andy? You know, don't you?
It was like the Smithsonian something or other, wasn't it?
I can't remember the name of it. but
Yeah.
it's a movie, actually.
I thought it was, yeah.
It was
is
it was used in a movie. But yeah, it was
No, this was an actual movie about that day.
You're talking about Your Voice in the documentary?
Yeah.
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 They used audio from the KQ Morning Show on said movie,
Yep.
but I don't
And
remember
it's
what
on
it's called.
Amazon Prime, if I remember.
Yeah.
I've seen it. And I know we talked about it maybe 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, something in the heart. Yeah, it was something
Yeah.
about the Heartland, 9/11 Heartland movie.
It's kind of
Because
9/11.
it focused on
Heartland
how
tapes.
the Heartland. That's it.
That's
The
it.
Yes.
Heart-
Heartland
Heartland
tapes.
tapes.
Yeah, and it starts with the KQ Morning
Oh,
Show.
Lord
It's really-
Dirkstrider got it. The
There it
Heartland.
is.
Yeah,
Really
so good. And I believe Amazon Prime had it the last time I saw it. So
Yeah.
and really fascinating because, obviously the flights were back and forth between LA and New York. So everyone's
Right.
just sort of
Yeah.
talks
Yeah.
about coast to coast, but it impacted absolutely everybody.
You know what's amazing about that? Nobody ever told me they were going to use that audio.
I don't think you owned it.
You don't own it.
Well, no, but I'm just saying, you'd think they'd tell me that I could.
Yeah,
that they were
they'd be
gonna
like, "Hey,
use
by
it.
the way, you're in this movie. Go
Yeah.
check it out," or something like that. But
Yeah, or like, would you like a clip for promotion even
Yeah.
to talk about it?
Well, yeah, I mean, you had a big radio show. Why not tell you? Doesn't make any
It
sense.
was only the highest rated morning show in America with a 42 share,
Yeah.
you know. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, and it's really interesting just to, I mean, the way you were calling it right away, the aspect of terrorism. It's,
Yep.
you know, and in that moment, it was so shocking because I had only moved from New York only a few months before. So I had a real, there was just this weird, like you wanted to be there to be with your friends, I think. I know that sounds weird, but just to maybe make everyone feel better, but then also so grateful that I wasn't there for all of
Right.
that. I
Yeah.
lived in the West, so I was much closer to downtown, and not understanding that the buildings, like I thought the buildings basically wiped out all of downtown. Obviously, they imploded in on each other, but
Yeah.
thinking, I mean, there were people I couldn't get in touch with for 2 weeks, just like cell phone tower lines were down, just trying to call people, make
Oh,
sure
yeah.
everyone's okay. We started an email chain, a whole group of friends saying, I've heard from this person, they're okay. This person was on vacation, they weren't in New York. So it became this massive, I wish I still had it because it was really beautiful. And just everyone trying to make sure everyone was alive and well.
Yeah. Oh. That's rough.
It is.
Yeah, we
pretty
didn't have
amazing.
text chains back then.
Right.
we?
It was email.
no, we didn't. Jay McCarthy, can you please do the podcast barefoot? Way ahead of you, Jay.
Your feet are going to wind up on Wiki Feet, Andy.
That
Wiki
one
Don't do
picture.
it. Don't
Wiki
do
feet.
it.
I'm pretty much barefoot all the time. I hate
But
wearing
Andy,
socks.
do you know what it reminds me of? Yesterday, Margaret Qualley was on the red carpet for The Dog Stars, which is the movie coming up. And she wore these new Chanel shoes, and they're both basically only a heel cap. I don't know if you can find it, Andy. And then like two straps. So essentially the soles of your feet are naked.
Who is this?
Margaret Qualley
Barnard
do
Qualley.
like bare feet, The Dog Stars premiere. And
Dog
Chanel is trying to, they haven't revealed the price, but it's somewhere between $1,500 and $2,700
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
for essentially a
God.
heel cap.
Those are awful. Yeah, let me. I'll put a picture up in a second. Quality shoes. Let's see. Yeah, these. I mean, they're not. Yeah, they're really not even shoes. I would argue.
And well, Chanel, and I don't think anything for Chanel is under $3,000, $4,000,
That is also true.
which is outrageous.
Let's
Yeah.
see. Quality shoes. Put them up on the stream. Here we are. I'm gonna make it nice and big so everyone can see them. And switch it on over.
So,
So
there's
it's
no
just a
front of
heel.
the shoe. It's just the
Yeah, it's
heel.
literally just a cap.
It's a heel
for
cap.
the heel.
It looks
Why?
like somebody put on a black mask on their heel and tied it.
It
with
It
string.
does, yeah.
It
It
does.
literally
It's
looks
a
like a
COVID,
COVID
mask
mask.
for your feet.
Yeah, it's a COVID mask for your heels only.
Why would you want those shoes?
Because we're looking at it, I guess.
I got yeah. That's why they
Maybe.
wear these weird things. It's because now we're
I
talking
don't
about
know.
it.
I
Whoops.
wouldn't want people looking at my feet. And you can see in certain photos as like the carpet goes on, like her feet, the soles of her feet are obviously getting dirty, which is
Yeah.
disgusting.
Well, yeah, and also
Yeah.
it's like the point of shoes is so you're not stepping on rocks and stuff like that. It's like I
Right.
don't know.
I'm like in the city. I'm like, oh, what are you stepping
yeah.
on? It's part
Step
of
on
their
some dog
2027 cruise line, and I'm like, I don't even think you would wear that to the beach. Like you just wear a flip flop or a,
Yeah.
a light sandal, not that
Yeah, I want a bunch of sand in my heel, my $2,700 heel
heel
cap.
cap.
Yeah, really. grind the calluses off your heel.
Oh no,
problem,
I
no.
got a shell in there. No.
I had to
Hello.
show that though because I thought, oh my gosh, if Andy's going to show his feet, we have to show the heel cap.
I can buy them, I suppose.
No, just put on a black COVID mask. You're covered.
Yeah,
Put
really.
a CC on there. You're good.
And
Okay.
that's
Good to
worth
go.
$5,000. Can you? I wonder if you can buy them. You said they were Chanel.
They're Chanel. I don't think that they're currently up on the website, but maybe after all the press over the last 24 hours, they're rushing to get them into production.
be on the runway shortly,
Gross.
or already has probably.
It's already been on the runway, yeah. And then
Ah.
she was the first, and all the headlines are Margaret Qualley is the first celebrity brave enough to wear these on the red carpet. I mean, she knew exactly what the reaction was.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, no, they have
Gonna
not
get a
been
ton
released
of-
yet. So unfortunately, if you want them, then you cannot get them.
I vote no.
Yeah, it's
No?
a no,
It's a
right?
hard pass for me.
I wouldn't want them. And I don't want, I hate dirty feet. Like, there is nothing
Oh.
worse than dirty feet to me.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy.
know.
We did a bunch of work in our garage over the last weekend, like rewiring and taking stuff down and moving stuff around. I did it all with no shoes on.
Oh.
Stepping around nails and stuff, it doesn't bother me at
Why?
all.
Andy.
Because I don't know.
You're going to get tetanus.
I really don't like wearing socks. I hate wearing socks.
I know, but the thought of a nail going into your skin is like,
Ooh.
It is.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always looking where I'm walking.
Just wear a pair of sandals.
But is a pair of Birkenstocks going to do anything for a nail?
Yeah.
You think?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a hard sole. It would at least keep it from penetrating your whole foot.
Going all the way through?
Yeah.
This makes me squeamish to think about.
You must not like Home Alone then, when he's going up the stairs.
Oh,
s-
yeah.
On the jacks. Little
No,
jack.
not the jacks. The one of the earlier scenes is he puts tar on all the
Oh,
stairs
that's
going up from the
right.
basement, and on one of them he puts a nail sticking straight up, and
step on
Harry. I
That
think
is-
it's Harry. No, it's Marv. Marv
It's
steps
still
right
one of
on
the
it.
funniest scenes in the world when the blowtorch gets his head. It shows his head.
It's
I
so
laughed
good
so
because they
hard.
do it like Acme, with like Bugs Bunny and all of that, like that type of cartoonish.
Yeah.
So you're not grossed out by it.
Oh yeah, in Home Alone 1 and 2, those robbers would have been dead like 10 minutes into the movie.
So funny.
But they don't die, so therefore it's fun.
Every once in a while we rewatch that and it really holds up. It's
We watch
very
it
funny.
pretty much every Christmas.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Elf is my Christmas movie that just I find delightful.
I haven't seen Elf since I think it was in theaters.
Oh, it's really, really good. There's just something so charming about it and so innocent that I love.
Yeah, isn't Zoe Deschanel?
Zoe Deschanel and Will
She
Ferrell.
is.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
plays.
yeah.
Yeah. She plays the Macy's elf to the real elf, which
She
is Will
hasn't,
Ferrell.
Right.
she hasn't been in anything in a
No,
while.
she was in everything for like 10 years.
Yeah.
She was. She's engaged to one of the property brothers, and she's focused mostly on home renovation.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So she works a lot with
Oh.
the property brothers.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
How old is she?
She's probably in her early 40s, early to mid 40s, maybe.
Is she? So she's roughly my. Oh yeah, she's only 6 years older than me. So
'cause
she'd be 45 then, 46.
Yeah.
She was on that comedy. What was that called?
The New
again?
Girl.
The New Girl. That was a good show too. I thought it was funny.
Yeah. She's very quirky and very talented. Also a talented singer.
Earliest role of hers that I know of was Frasier, which I think was one of her earliest roles.
Oh.
She was in an episode of Frasier. She played like Roz's sister or something like that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What was she? I wonder.
All right, while you're thinking about it, let me say this. For years, you've heard me talk about North American Banking Company. Why? Because they've always been there for me and my family over the years. Go to nabankco.com/Tom to see how. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Let's see. Frasier was like her fourth or fifth role. Looks like.
Okay. Been around for a long time.
Apparently, yeah.
Nice. Good for her.
Indeed. No
Good for
question
her.
about
I didn't
it.
know the Property Brothers thing was still on.
I
didn't
know.
either.
They were everywhere for a while. I feel like home renovation shows, though, are not as popular as they were even
Right.
5-8
Yeah.
years ago. Obviously, it was the Gaines, Joanna Gaines,
Yeah.
Joanna Gaines with all their shiplap. I mean, like there was shiplap everywhere. Oh my gosh.
Oh, the shiplap, yeah.
The shiplap.
And they
I
always
always wonder,
loved
I'm
it.
like, are people regretting their shiplap right now? They're just like,
What are
that's
you
enough.
talking about?
Shiplap it's just, they also call it beadboard, I think, in some regions. It's just a feature that you put on your wall. It's just like, almost like paneling.
Yeah, it's like
What's it
wood
called?
paneling, but horizontal
Shiplap.
instead of vertical.
Yeah.
Shiplap.
Shiplap?
Shiplap.
Because it looks
Shiplap.
like the side of a ship. Horizontal long boards.
Yeah.
I think that's why it's called shiplap. That's,
get it.
It's been used in decor forever.
Mm-hmm.
They just made
Forever.
it
But yeah,
over the
Made it
top
a thing.
popular.
is
Yes.
HGTV still a thing? Because I
It
used to watch.
is.
We used to watch that all the time when you were like teenagers.
Yeah, I
It was
remember.
a really big thing, and then last year they made major budget cuts. Just
Oh.
economy. That's just where everything's going, and a lot of it was actually impacted. They said that their bottom line was honestly impacted by tariffs with building materials, and it
Oh,
impacted
yeah.
their budgets because it sent cost soarings like by 30 to 50%. So they're really limiting the home renovation shows and doing more of real estate type of shows instead of.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate. Also the El Musas, they also had was it
Oh, yeah.
flipping out, I think, or I
Flipping,
don't know.
something about flipping, yeah.
Yeah. And they had
Nope.
like they were dramatic off screen because they got divorced and then the mother got remarried like twice and
Oh.
yeah, I mean lots of drama there.
behind the scenes.
Gotta
Lots
have
of
that
drama.
drama.
You know, it's really funny, and I don't care if I would have seen it. I did not see it, but our viewers and listeners are going after some guy because he came on and was a smart ass.
I didn't even see what he said.
If you're
I
gonna
didn't
be
either. I
a
have
dick,
no
at
idea.
least be
Ted's
funny.
first day as a troll.
Well then. Nick Swartzen flew back to Nicky
He
Town.
flew
Yep.
back home.
Wherever-
He
Where
was,
does he live, LA?
he's- Yeah,
Yeah.
he lives in
Yeah.
LA. He's
Yeah.
very busy. Okay, so he was shooting a movie,
Yeah, the movie. What's
and then
gonna
he
be
got
in?
appendicitis. And
Right.
he had to
Oh.
go-
Yeah.
yeah, he had to go in and have his appendix removed.
Yeah.
So that set everything back, and now he's got to go back to LA and reshoot some scenes and edit it. And I'm like, you're editing the movie?
He's editing it?
Yeah.
Must be an independent film.
I was gonna
Must be.
say
Yeah.
he's gonna be in. It's called Mini War. He's gonna be Darren, the eccentric owner of a rival go-kart track. So
sounds
yeah.
fun.
Well,
Why not?
I'll ask him to send us some little shorts or something. We can help promote it
Yeah, do some
Yeah,
clips.
why
if
not?
he wants to. If he will, if he wants to. Only if you want to, Nick. No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure.
Nick doesn't
no
like to being
pressure.
told what to do. He won't tell you what to do.
You're like, I promise.
I promise.
And Meghan Markle is going back to acting.
I thought they were
acting?
moving back to the UK.
They are, and she's getting this is wild. This is like such a wild turn of events. She is in talks to join Guy Ritchie's show The Gentleman, season 3. And they film in the UK.
Oh,
But he wanted to move back because he wanted to raise his children in England, right?
I mean, I think that there's a couple things going on, to be honest. First of all, King Charles, I don't think is well. And I think that they've been hiding it, of course, because he hasn't been king that long. And there's been
No.
a family
Yeah.
feud. There's been so much going on. And I think that they just don't need additional noise because those
Yeah.
British tabloids are pretty rotten, just in general.
yeah.
I also think that Harry and Meghan might be a little over leveraged. And the New York Post did a really interesting deep dive into their finances, just in terms of their mortgage. they have an adjustable rate mortgage. So they took it out in 2020. Yeah, you know exactly where I'm going with this.
Yep.
When it was, 2.65
Uh-huh.
percent. I'm going to throwing out a number somewhere
Yeah.
around there. Obviously, it's escalated between 6 and 7%.
Yep.
It's a $14 million house. They took out a $9 million mortgage.
Why do you need that kind of house?
That's for
Anybody?
real.
That's
Some of
outrageous.
it, that I'm sure, was for privacy. And I also think at the time, they signed that $100 million deal with Netflix and you signed the $25 million deal with Spotify. And so in that moment, you're probably thinking, we've made it.
They
The money's
blew
lasting
through it.
forever. And we know
Yeah.
that the money doesn't last forever if you
Well,
if you're not wise with your funds.
Don't they own 3 or 4 different estates too?
They
don't
own a place in Portugal. But let's add their 24/7 security that is no longer being paid by the royals. So, from the article, like the overall gist of the article was like, as soon as the money comes in, the money goes out because they have just a high cost of living. And that even though publicly they're saying that the house is not for sale, they're also saying there's been some private showings because Montecito, that house probably now is worth about 28 million, just because it's a very coveted place to live in Southern California.
Okay.
So we'll see
Well.
what happens with all of that. I thought
Also,
that was
they can make
interesting,
it-
though.
They can make a tidy sum, but 10 million doesn't sound like it lasts them 3 months.
Yeah, I mean, being over leveraged is being over leveraged, and I honestly I don't think unless they figure out the security issue, they're always going to be over leveraged because if you're getting 24/7 security around the clock,
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 guards, your money's going fast.
Yeah. And chauffeurs, maids, chefs.
Yeah, I guess
personal
they had a
trainers.
household staff of 14. They're down to 4. So
Oh, the poor babies. How
I
did they
know.
survive?
I don't know. But you can kind of get a gist of like where everything has gone and and some of it too, like the production deal for Netflix is not making those deals anymore. They're just not. The economics of
not?
Hollywood. No, they're doing first look deals. So you're like, Tom comes to Netflix and says, hey, I've got this podcast project. They get first right of refusal. They look at it, they either buy it or you move on and pitch elsewhere. Where before they were giving you, like Tom comes to the table saying, hey, I'd like to work with you. And they're like, great, we'll sign you up for $100 million production deal and you're exclusive to Netflix.
Tom, you missed your window.
Yeah, could have
I
gotten
should've
100,
jumped in
100
$100
Could have
million.
had 100 mil. Not that long ago.
Yeah, so speaking of absurdly expensive properties, and we were talking about Palm Beach Island the other
Oh,
day.
God.
Yes.
Talk about absurd.
So I'm going to show you a nice new property.
So, Kristen, pay attention because you probably want to buy this.
All right, yeah,
Okay.
you might be in
With
the
your-
market.
with
All
your
right, so
cat
check out
money.
this property. Looks
My
pretty nice,
cat
huh?
money. I'm going to go from a condo to this.
So this is, it's a 1.91 acre property, $200 million. So the buildings look pretty nice, right?
Yeah.
The buildings aren't there.
What?
That is a concept rendering.
Oh,
The $200 million is just for the land.
Just for the land.
there's land available on Palm Beach Island?
Apparently, this is the remaining land on Palm Beach Island.
Oh, so somebody is finally selling off
Yep.
their. Okay.
So-
Okay,
wow.
I have 2 questions about this property. One, how frequently is it hit with hurricanes?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know
And
what? Palm
2
Beach Island is hardly ever hit with hurricanes. It's
Okay, so it's
very
nicely
weird.
protected. But
kind
2,
Somehow.
is there any type of erosion happening?
Palm Beach Island seems to not be affected by that somehow. I
So
don't
it
know
seems to be
because
sheltered from
the
both of
values are
those.
just going up, up, up. So I don't know how they manage that because it's not a very wide
Well,
island. You
Palm-
could probably walk across the width of it in 15 minutes?
Yeah, about it.
Well, in some areas, yes. In some areas, no. The city of Palm Beach, which is just the island, they, they're raking it in. Let's face it, their property taxes have got to be millions upon
God, yeah.
millions on
Well, I can
every
tell you
single property.
this $200 million property. What's the property taxes on this place?
Oh,
Let's
God.
see.
They're
gotta
going to be
be-
a lot higher, I'll tell you that.
Well, anyway, they renovate. They suck up the sand from the bottom of the ocean and bring it back to build up things. And they
yeah.
make a lot of natural, or they make man-made barriers and things so that the erosion. They've been working on that for decades. That's nothing new.
That's true.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Because
All right.
I mean, it's the
that would be
Atlantic
my
Ocean.
2 of my, and yeah, that flooding, hurricanes, and erosion would be my big question with that spot of land.
They seem to do okay. It's weird.
So for that one property, you're looking at about $1.5 million a year for taxes,
Just yeah.
just for
Which is
property
going to be
taxes.
interesting because if Ron DeSantis gets his way, and if you're a resident in Florida for more than 2 years, he's trying to wipe out property taxes. This Palm Beach
Yeah.
Island.
Palm Beach Island's going to sink into the ocean when that happens.
I don't know what's going to
And that's my
happen.
big question. Then where do the funds come? Do they add additional taxes on, say, just groceries and things like? Where does the money come from?
Because of tourism, the sales tax and the hotel tax and we have a ton of sports franchises, all of that stuff. Everybody's paying tax on that, and they don't have income tax either.
Oh, it's only for taxes up, or let's see, the homestead exemption will go from 50 to 150, then to 250,000.
He's trying to get rid of it completely.
I don't think he's going to succeed there. There's no way.
He says we've got tons of money, we don't need it.
But a $250,000 homestead exemption is pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's most people's houses.
Yeah. So well, in a $250,000 house in Florida is a low-end house, and so they're helping
Yeah.
out people
Right.
that need it.
Yep, exactly. Or like a condo, if you have like a small condo,
Yeah,
you're
that's
not going to be
nice.
paying any property taxes on it, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's really, yeah. I like the idea because, I mean, property taxes are going up in our area by 10, 15, 20, 30% almost every single year. 11% again because we don't have any businesses moving into Minneapolis, so all the commercial spaces aren't paying property taxes.
Right.
Nobody's in them. Some of these buildings
I
are
don't know
empty.
why there isn't a vacancy tax, because sometimes landlords
What it-
just keep the prices high without.
I don't think that's what's going on. There's just nobody in there.
Yeah. There's a lot of property that just no one wants to move into no matter the price.
Yeah,
it's-
downtown, historical buildings are empty. There's nobody in there.
Well, everyone wants to work from home. I mean, think of how many jobs work from home the office space is just completely unnecessary these
I would
days.
not want to
Yeah.
be in an office. I mean, honestly, it would have to be the job of my absolute dreams for me
Yeah.
to go into an office regularly. And I don't mind going into a studio. I go into a studio all the time for work and things like that. But to be there from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., 9 to 5, it would have to be a job
Yeah.
of my dreams at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Tom, all those years, whenever you had to cut a commercial, you used to have to go down to studios.
Drive down to
Yep.
Minneapolis,
Yeah,
yeah.
Then you
Which
get-
to,
then you
for, yeah. It's true.
I know, but
was
then
doing
you
a
put
ton
the
of
studio in the barn in Dayton, and you didn't have to go in
I
anymore.
didn't have to go in anymore after that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Great.
true.
Yeah.
It's interesting though. In sort of our post-COVID era, different areas of LA are now thriving. Where our downtown, nobody wants to go to our downtown either. But in the area I live, because they're building it's a little bit up the road, probably about 5 or 6 exits, but they're building the LA Rams practice facility.
Oh.
This whole area is booming
Oh,
in the
yeah.
last year. And like trendy restaurants are going in. Everything that was empty in those couple of years post-COVID, they're all filled now. And it's straight up and down Ventura Boulevard from Studio City all the way through Westlake Village, which is kind of amazing.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, cities need to be more proactive if they want things to happen that are good. They need to be proactive and get things like that in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that LA Rams practice facility, I mean, all the players are moving up to that area because that's where they're going to be, for most of the time, and then
Yep.
bust on into SoFi Stadium. But all of the restaurants in the area, they're putting in their LA flagship restaurants because they're saying we're already seeing the LA Rams executives come in because they're checking in on the progress on the practice facility and things like that. So they actually took an old mall, which had obviously a very large footprint, knocked it down, and that's where the practice facility is going.
That's a great idea.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so for it. It's going to be great for the area.
Actually, the Twin Stadium was just voted. I think it was the 12th best baseball stadium in America.
It is a nice stadium. It really is.
It's a very, very nice stadium, no question about it. Yeah, the older ones that they haven't replaced yet all ended up in dead last place. It's like, eh.
The Miami one's got to be down there.
The Miami
Awful.
one's not doing all that well. Yeah, that's not a great spot.
I know. I remember when we went there, I was like, "This is the Miami baseball stadium.
Yep.
It needs
You
a
would
power
think.
wash."
Yeah, you would think that they would have a bright, shiny, like sexy
yeah.
stadium. Honestly,
No,
it's Miami.
They don't. It's unbelievable.
No doubt. All right, young lady. Well, another great performance.
Thank you. And I'll see you all on
Thank
Monday. I'll be here, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for all of you.
We look forward to it. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Great weekend, everyone. See you later.
Bye. Kristyn Burtt Entertainment News, ladies and gentlemen. Tim Lammers and his movie reviews are brought to you by Bradshaw and Bryant, personal injury lawyers at minnesotapersonalinjury.com. I see he's not up there yet.
No, he's not. He texted me and said, 2 p.m. today, right? And I was like, yep.
He'll be
So,
on.
And what time is it? It is 2 p.m.
It
Tim
is 2 p.m.
Lammers, can't
2
you tell
p.m.
time?
He'll be fine.
We
Don't
just
worry
finished another Harlan Coben series. There are 8 episodes, and man, I think we found out there's 11 of those series. So 11 of
11 or
his
12,
his
yeah.
books,
Yep.
11 or 12 have been turned into these 8 episode. They are so good.
Oh, he's a
I think we've
great
seen 2
writer.
or 3 of them so far, and they're all great.
All right, we have Tim with us.
There he is.
There he is.
Hey, I just
Hey.
got booted out of my regular spot because we had a fire in the kitchen. Well, not a fire in the kitchen. Something that no, not a fire in the kitchen. Something smoke got burning in the oven, and it started smoking everywhere. So
Oh,
Okay, that's a fire.
Better than a fire.
Yeah, it's a fire inside. Yeah, yeah,
Oh
exactly.
no!
Now,
Somebody left the dino nuggets in there too long.
yeah, something like that. Can you see me? I mean, it looks like
Yeah.
Yeah.
on my screen. It says offline, but I guess I'm online.
No,
So,
you look just fine.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
look fine.
all right.
There
So,
you are.
how's everybody today? New time.
Are you safe?
I'm safe.
All right, good.
But here it is. It's like it's going on 2 o'clock, and my wife said, "You got to move. You got to move." So then, okay, great. I'll be late on the first day of the new time, but it seems like
That's
I got
okay.
here just in time. So,
No
uh,
worries.
do we have somebody waiting backstage too, or?
Yeah, he's going to be after you. Yeah.
And he'll
Oh,
be
okay.
appearing
All
after
right.
you. Yep.
All
Yep.
right. His name is Fernando. Hello. I'm Tim. I'm the movie guy. And we are talking today about a movie called Spa Weekend, something I'm sure that everybody would like to take from time to time.
Absolutely.
A
Okay.
spa weekend.
Yes.
You
Okay.
just hang out in a spa.
Yeah, get massages and mud baths and all that kind
Oh
of
yeah, I
stuff.
So it must be a
suppose.
chick flick.
I guess so. I mean, if I say that, it's like these days, it's like, am I going to sound like a sexist if I say it's a chick flick?
Nah, I think people are
I don't
still aware
care.
that there's chick flicks out there.
I'm so
That's
over-
okay. There's also there's
We're-
stuff for
Yeah,
guys, stuff for
yeah.
girls, and that's okay.
Exactly.
So I guess so. I mean, I guess given that they didn't screen it for critics, and we went to a preview screening, my wife and I, and being that I was the only male in the theater, I guess I'm not quite in the demo. So, I try to look at this in a couple different ways. Obviously, I'm a dude, and I don't go on spa weekends with girlfriends.
Are you
If I
sure?
did, I would be in big trouble.
Why not?
Yeah, that might be a problem.
No, boyfriends would be worse.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't think it'd be in a spa either. It'd be somewhere else. But so yeah, so I get the demo. At the same time, I get comedy. And when you go into a movie like this and you say, okay, the guys that wrote The Hangover, two
Oh, okay.
guys, John Lucas and Scott Moore, and the guys who wrote Bad Moms.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, it's like, okay, well, these guys are writing for men in one instance and women in another. So they're writing for 4 women in this: Michelle Buteau, Leslie Mann, Isla Fisher, and Anna Faris. And, I think all the good material that they wanted for this film was left on the table with The Hangover and Bad Moms. It is such of a by the numbers picture, sad to say. Some people are looking at this like, oh my God, this looks like a new Bridesmaids. I really do wish it were that good.
Well, if there was any doubt what demographic the movie is for, I'm going
Yeah.
to put up the poster here. There it is.
There you
I'd say
go.
I would call that a chick flick poster.
Yeah, I would safely say.
Pretty
chick
unambiguously.
flick. Yeah.
I would love to share a photo. I don't know how to do it here, but I was on with Lastman earlier this morning, and he had a deal where those 4 women and a 5th one in the middle, but there was a hole cut out. It was a theater standee, and Lastman's picture was in.
Oh,
Oh, there you go. How's Last Mental doing?
He's good. He's good, man. It's a blast being. I'm on with him 8 o'clock on Friday mornings every week. So yeah, he's doing great.
Does mornings up in St. Cloud, right?
In St. Cloud, yes, and he lives
Excellent.
up there. And he's currently being visited by his 17-year-old son.
oh.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. And of course,
Indeed.
yeah. So I told Lastman what I'm going to tell you. Don't ever try to be funny in a movie, because if you try to be funny, you're not funny.
That means you're not funny. That's very, very true.
There were a few laughs, and if you're thinking, okay, he's a dude, he doesn't get it. Well, my wife is sitting next to me, and she's like, this
When's
is me
the
over
movie
here,
over?
looking over at me. Then they do something else.
One of my favorite John Lastman quotes of all time. He had, I don't remember, it was a rapper, I think.
Yeah.
We had a rapper that wanted to be on the KQ Morning Show, and of course,
I think I already know what you're going to say.
Lastman says, "Well, let me do the interview. I want to do the interview." So he does the interview with the guy, and the guy's, doing the rap thing and this and that. And all of a sudden, Lastman goes, "Well, look, we're going to have to do something about this. You got to stop all this Ryman Simon stuff." It was phenomenal.
All the Ryman Simon.
So what, did he do the interview
told-
as Lastman, or did the Chucker step in?
Well, there's a chucker, yeah.
Yeah.
You got to
my
stop
God.
with all that Ryman
Simon,
Simon
Simon.
stuff.
Oh my God.
People are wondering in the chat why you have a shirt on that says boats and hoes.
Because it's a shirt from, I wore this before. It's from the movie Step Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Remember, they
okay.
have Prestige Worldwide. Boats and Hoes is the song that they came up with to promote their company. And then they wrecked. That's such a great movie, man. Now that's funny. That is really funny stuff that has stood the test of time. And you really realize, there really haven't been that many big screen comedies. And why they don't play in theaters anymore, I don't know. And I can't think it's because they're being limited by what they can say and do, because in this particular film, and maybe this is part of the problem too, I mean, the F-bombs are flying all over the place. They're crude, they're rude, and everything else. It's a sex comedy in a way too. So it's not like they're being prudish or being afraid of being canceled or whatever. It's just that, when you see a movie like that so many times, it's just not funny anymore.
Yeah, you see everything coming.
Yeah, and really, I mean, so what do you have left to lean on? You really don't have a lot. I mean, you can see the same science fiction movie over and over, but generally you're going to get new special effects or whatever every time. You're going to get something different visually at least. Here, you just don't. And it sucks because I really like the cast. But when you have a character like Isla Fisher, who just is obnoxious and annoying, and the one in the four friend group that they didn't want to invite along, but somebody felt guilty, so she showed up anyway. The scenes, she's so obnoxious, the character, that it just wrecks the scenes when she comes in.
Oh.
That kind of erodes a little bit through the picture, and they try to inject a little emotion into it towards the end, but 10 minutes of a good movie doesn't make a 90-minute movie, so yeah, unfortunately this doesn't work. And it doesn't surprise me either that when you get to the end of August, there's just not a lot of movies left.
Yeah.
And thank God we got Spider-Man and the Odyssey to bolster this summer's box office, because not surprisingly, this is the sort of movie that it just quietly comes out at the mid-August to the end of August, that don't do a lot because people's minds are elsewhere. People's minds are, getting their kids back to school, or the kids are moving already back to school, whatever. So traditionally, this isn't the most lucrative time of the year anyway. So, I'm sure there was a theatrical obligation. It's going to be in a couple thousand theaters, and it'll be on streaming in probably 3 weeks or a month. So there you go. So long and short of it is, my wife and I didn't like it, but we see movies all the time. So maybe,
Yeah.
there were people laughing, and it's like, you like what you like. And
How old were they? How old were the laughers?
well, it sounded like younger folks behind
Yeah.
me, and there were, no, not that I'm young, but there were older folks in front of me. So they weren't laughing as much, because when you get the F-bombs flying and
Yeah.
rude, crude sex talk and all that sort of stuff,
Yeah.
it's kind of a turn off. I mean, to me, as you know, I like the F word. It's a fun word to say, but it's also when it's just kind of being used for shock value or whatever. I mean, there's got to be a purpose behind it. And again, not that there's purpose behind every one I throw out, but when you're spending millions of dollars on a movie, you got to make it count. And so, yeah, I was disappointed. So streaming quickly, there's a new show on HBO Max called Lanterns, which is based on Green Lanterns. And Tom, I know you're not a science fiction fan, but this is more grounded in reality, I guess, as real as reality can get.
Well,
In
wait,
that,
science fiction. So it's the Green Lanterns that's superhero, though.
yeah, it's superhero stuff, right? Exactly. Except for Kyle Chandler plays Hal Jordan, who's training John Stewart, played by Aaron Pierre, who is a trainee to become a Green Lantern. And basically, what they are intergalactic cops, and they're watching over Earth and aliens that might invade to do dastardly things on Earth.
How refreshing.
Yeah. So you know what excuse me, Mike Bryant could tell you more about anything comic book than I
Well, I'm going
could.
to tell Mike Bryant you compared him to Lastman.
Lastman Bryant. Well, they're both in St. Cloud.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
true.
That is true.
That's true.
So Mike might look at a show like this differently than me. I've always been more of a fan of superhero movies, superhero television shows. I read comic books when I was a young kid, and really didn't keep up on it the way like folks like Mike have. But for what I saw for this movie or this TV show, it's an 8 episode series on HBO Max. It's really good. It's really entertaining, and kind of almost comes across as a True Detective sort of show in a way. I mean, and they're not wearing the Green Lantern outfits or whatever. He still has the green ring, the power ring. Hal Jordan does, but it's like apart from the couple flying scenes or whatever, or inventing stuff or making things disappear with the green ring. I mean, it's really there's not that much science fiction. So, it's kind of an interesting approach. It's kind of like a Christopher Nolan approach in a way, who always had tried with because he doesn't do superhero stuff anymore, but he tried with the Dark Knight or did with the Dark Knight, rooted in reality. So, you know, I like that you can approach things differently because otherwise it's just another superhero thing,
Yeah.
right? And in fact, I would argue that Kyle Chandler, who is a great actor, he's perfect for this role. He kind of goes about it in an anti-hero sort of way. So it's fun, it's fun, it's funny, and shockingly, second series from James Gunn, who took over the DC Universe for film and television. This is an R-rated series, so the F-bombs are flying left and right in this thing, and we're just not used to seeing that sort of stuff.
No.
You got it in the Deadpool and Wolverine, and you got it in Peacemaker, and now you're getting it here. And it's kind of like, well, maybe this is the new direction things need to go to keep the adult crowd engaged, just to make it something that doesn't feel, basic superhero-ish. But yeah. So if Andy, if your sons want to watch this, I suggest against it.
Not so much.
No, well, I mean, unless you want them hearing f-bombs left and right for the full. They're about 50-minute episodes. I've only seen the first one. That's all available so far. But I really like it. I was really surprised because I've grown just as tired of superhero stuff as everybody else has. I used
Yeah.
to get excited about stuff
Yeah.
like this, and the fact that I really I wasn't that hyped about this. So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's to the point because I'll be honest with you, Spider-Man, yeah, it was a great movie, but I didn't walk away feeling energized like I have with other superhero films. So even Spider-Man, as big as that film is, just still doesn't quite do it for me. So Lanterns I actually enjoyed more than I did Spider-Man. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe again I'm just weird. I am weird. I know that.
I just thought of a thing you could do, Andy, with your apps that you make. Andy can write apps. You need an app, Andy's your guy. Anyway, why not make it so that when you've got a TV show with a bunch of f-bombs that would normally be okay for kids to watch, like can't they? I mean, couldn't you run it through something and have it bleep it out?
I
mean,
there
I don't know about
are.
I mean, you should be able to do that. That sounds like
It
something a
seems
computer
to
should be able to
me
do.
I can't name the service, but it seems to me that there are apps or sites or whatever that run those sorts of objectionable things through filters so they don't hear it.
Yeah.
Um,
Because there's a lot of people who just don't want to, I mean, the F word is something that they just aren't going to tolerate.
Right.
right.
A lot
Well,
of people
and
feel
again,
that
I
way.
could I could see that yesterday with at least one of the audience members sitting in front of me at Spa Weekend. She didn't laugh once at any of these f bombs. I mean, I admit, as unfunny as I thought the movie was, I still laughed a few times, and generally, it had to do with the f word, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a I know stuff like that exists out there. The other problem you run into, though, unless they got an agreement, and this is all of part of these elaborate contracts when people sign on to make films or whatever, you just can't, uh, liberally take a film and cut out what you think is an objectionable thing. I mean, we used to remember on broadcast television, we used to have that line ahead of things that said, edited for television, which basically took out all the swearing and
Yeah,
the violence and all that stuff.
exactly.
But you just can't because, unless you're licensed, I guess maybe if you license the picture, maybe you would have more of an option to take out that objectionable stuff. I don't know. I mean, to me, it's kind of like I don't know if have you ever seen an edited version of Scarface?
I've seen
No.
TV. I remember TV edits in like
Well,
the 90s and how
Yeah.
stupid they were because they had the actors reread lines, but
Yeah.
like as nonsense, complete nonsense.
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Well, yeah, and so you would get that, and a lot of times, truth be told, those weren't even the actual actors doing it. It was
Oh,
just a
weren't they?
thing.
What a
But
shock.
one thing that I remember, and this isn't nearly, near comparable to the F bomb, was Smokey and the Bandit and Jackie Gleason. And he kept on some bitch, some bitch. He's saying some bitch all the way through. When it got to TV, they replaced it with scumbum.
Scumbum. That's grosser.
I just like you instead of because maybe his mouth looked like he was saying scumbum.
Yeah.
He's saying some. Bitch.
Well, the most famous
It's
one that
like
I
he was
know
like,
of.
God, that was stupid.
What was it?
I think somebody on the chat just said something about casino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And saying instead of saying "f you," it was
Stuff you.
"stuff,
Stuff
you."
you.
or-
Yeah. Stuff you.
I think that's what they said.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the one I always think of with
Stuff
TV edits
you.
is the Big Lebowski.
Oh yeah.
In 1998, they did the TV edit. One of the characters like betrays another or something like that. So the first character or the second character finds his car and starts smashing it up and like screaming and swearing.
Yeah.
And one of the lines he says is, "You see what happens when you find a stranger in the Alps?" Guess what he would originally said? When you find a stranger in the Alps.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh my God.
It didn't matter that it didn't make any sense at all in the movie because that's what they used to do. They would just have them say nonsense in lieu of swearing.
Well, can you imagine
Or
what
beep
movie
it.
would look like if they cut out the actual snippets of the offensive stuff?
That's
It
the
would
thing.
just
There would be
be
nothing
jumbled-
left. Yeah, it
Yeah.
would just be jump cuts everywhere. You wouldn't be able to follow anything.
Well, wasn't some of it just beeped?
Yes, they used to
Yeah, I
beep,
remember
but that's
beeping
people
way back
hate,
then.
especially radio edits with the beeps.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
distracting. It's awful.
I know, but I'm just saying.
That's true. I got
Yeah.
to read something very quickly here. I'll be right back in just 1 minute. I've known Michael Bilski and Brad Huckle a long time. When you deal with North American Banking Company, you know the people running it, and that matters to me. They have a great team of experienced and friendly bankers. That's why I've been a customer for a long time. So go see my friends at North American Banking Company. Go to nabankco.com/Tom to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. And now back to you, stuffed blums.
Yeah.
Scum bums?
What was it?
Stuff
bum?
bums.
Stum bum.
But there was
stuff
also
bum.
stuff you. So you're
Oh,
Stuff
stuff you.
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll start saying
So
that.
yeah, I like that idea of having, and I know it exists. I do know that at least one site exists where they run old movies where they sanitize it for family audiences.
Yeah,
Well,
someone in the chat actually said VidAngel is one, and I looked it up, and it looks like, yeah, family friendly filtering for Netflix and so forth. So I mean, it looks
yeah,
probably similar.
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting. They must have, again, those contracts for, and when it comes to filmmaking, because filmmakers are so sensitive about any alterations to their films whatsoever. I really hope there's some sort of cooperation there,
Yeah.
because it makes sense. You don't want the kids to hear it, but if a movie's gonna or a TV show's gonna have that objectionable stuff in there, is it the sort of thing that they should be watching anyway?
Right, exactly. It's
You
not
know?
meant for them.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah. But I mean, even obviously the superhero stuff is generally safe, and basically you get a few shit and goddamn or whatever in there.
Yeah.
You're just not going to get anything more than that. Maybe a hole once in a while, but you really don't. And sometimes they put that language in there, or an occasional f bomb, so they can ensure a PG-13 rating.
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
that's what I was going to ask you that because the grandkids wanted to go see something and Fawn says, that's rated PG-13. And I was like, what does that mean now? I mean, how many times can
Yeah.
they swear? I mean, it's usually pretty
Yeah.
mild, right?
Yeah, but basically a PG-13 will allow more violence, right? Superhero violence is how they put it in superhero movies.
Okay.
But generally a PG-13 film will allow 2 F-bombs of a non-sexual nature.
Oh, they
Two-
upped it to 2?
Two
It's
F-bombs of a
Yeah.
non-sexual.
Huh.
Yeah. So you can't say, I'm going to
want
go
to, yeah.
blank,
Yeah.
but you
Yeah.
can say blank you,
Okay.
that sort of thing.
Well, I remember there was this period in TV, probably 15, 20 years ago, where the FCC lightened up. You would be able to use the word dick in like an insulting manner. You could call someone a dick, but not in like the sexual or anatomical manner.
Yeah, right.
All of a sudden, every show, everyone was calling each other dicks. Just like all of a
Dickhead,
sudden,
dickhead.
it was jarring because it's like all of a sudden you went from no one ever saying this word to now all of a sudden everyone in every show is just constantly being like, that guy's such a dick. It's like, be a little more obvious that you were just waiting for the FCC to let you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one quick instance of word similar to that, and then, but before I go there, the movie The End of Oak Street last week, dinosaur movie,
Yeah.
scary. I mean, definitely merited a PG-13 movie. But Ewan McGregor says the F-bomb once. You only need to say it once, but you're allowed to say it twice, or they can push you into an R. But Ewan McGregor said it once. And it's like, well, yeah, of course, it's a PG-13 movie, and there's that connotation that, oh, if it's PG, it's not adult enough for me. It's more of a kids movie or whatever. So yeah, there's some thought that goes into all of this. But regarding, you were talking about people can say dick in the movie. There's a movie on Apple TV, which I suggest you see, which is very, very funny, called The Dink.
The dink.
Is it about
Similar.
pickleball?
And it's about pickleball.
Yeah.
I knew it as soon as you said dink.
So do you play, Kathryn?
Yeah.
Oh, you'll love this movie.
What is a dink?
A dink is
I
when you
think-
just hit the ball over the net and just land it on the other side of the net.
Barely. Yeah.
Barely.
So,
Yeah,
you
it's a
know,
little
people are-
tiny hit.
It's like a
they're
bunt?
getting into it like
Yeah.
tennis, and then it's kind of like a little boop, and it's like you can't get to it in time. It's
Yep.
the dink move.
Yep.
Or dick move, depending on how you look at it. But Jake Johnson, who used to be on New Girl, stars in it, as does Mary Steenburgen, Ed Harris. Great movie. Apple TV, check it out tonight. The Dink. And it's pickleball, but it has to do with tennis, has to do with this old rivalry with that Jake Johnson's character had with a pro. It's Andy Roddick playing like a heightened version of himself, an a-hole version of himself, and at times. So it's really fun. I mean, we watched it a couple of weeks ago. It's really fun. But I reviewed it on. I wonder if I brought it up here or not. But I reviewed it on a couple other stations, and I just kind of felt weird saying, "Okay, now I'm going to review something called The Dink,"
Yeah.
Yeah.
because the connotation growing up, if you called somebody a dink, it was basically they were a jerk. But I think,
it's a swear word in my
yeah,
household.
yeah, and it referred to
Yeah.
the anatomy in some way, or
A
with some
pee-pee.
people.
Maybe.
So where did that? Somebody just posted it. We've scrolled through now, unfortunately, but I cannot remember why the guy came on the show, and I can't remember who it was even.
Are you thinking of Dickhead?
Yeah, dickhead.
That was arrest
That was the
audio.
arrest audio.
Oh,
Yep.
that was arrest audio.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
what it was. Why did he say dickhead, dickhead, dickhead?
I think he might have been on some substance of some
Yeah.
sort.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't he the guy who said, "What's your name, sir?" Bitch. Can you spell that?
Yeah.
B-I-C-H.
Oh yeah, B-I-C-H.
He must have been
We got to
educated
find
at
that
the Leering
audio.
Center.
That's great audio.
Okay,
Uh,
Tim, a couple of listeners have asked if you have seen Coyote versus
Acme, yes.
Not yet. It comes out next week, I believe.
Oh, it's not out yet?
And that's an interesting movie because Warner Brothers filmed it because obviously Looney Tunes is a Warner animation product. And then David Zaslav came in and he actually killed one movie, maybe two, where they were done finishing it. Batgirl, $90 million, took a write-off. And he was going to do the
Yeah.
same thing to this movie, and there was kind of an uprising, and it was eventually sold to another distributor. So that one's coming out. But that's a human cartoon hybrid, kind of like a Roger Rabbit sort of thing with John Cena. I know is in it, and so yeah, that's coming out next week.
Yes, it's coming out literally in 1 week.
Yes.
And then
somebody
the
asked if
day
I-
the clown cried. The day.
Yes,
the
I
clown
was going
cried.
to answer that. The Day the Clown
Okay.
Cried. I don't know of too many people that have seen that because Jerry Lewis made that, and it was about he was a clown that entertained kids. It was during the Holocaust,
Oh, that's right, yeah.
God.
right? And it was
Yeah.
obviously very controversial, and I think Lewis himself was embarrassed of it and said, "I will make sure that it will never be seen." But
Oh.
I think at some point after, you would think, what is it? After 50 years or 100 years, where the
Yeah.
copyright work?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know of anybody who's seen of it. And Tom, have you ever? You certainly know about the movie, The Day the Clown Cried.
Yeah, I've never seen it. No.
No, I don't know of anybody who has.
Yeah.
Maybe when it probably was in the 1960s when it came out.
It never came out.
Well, or when they wanted it to come out. It was
Yeah,
made
Oh.
in the 60s.
It was shot in 1972.
Oh, wow. But either way, when you look at it, how many decades are we removed from the Holocaust at that point?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
God. What
Yep.
a ballsy movie. I mean, but the thing is, Jerry Lewis really had a lot of clout. back
Oh,
in the day.
absolutely.
I mean, with him and
100%.
Martin and Lewis,
Yeah.
holy God, those guys were powerful guys.
They were gods.
Yes.
I did not realize until I just read a bunch of stories about, Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis working together, and then when he broke in a lot. From what I could read on all of these different places, everyone hated Jerry Lewis.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just
He
hated
was not
him.
a well-loved man.
yeah. If you look just any day, take an afternoon, because if you search Jerry Lewis stories like that on YouTube, you're going to find a lot of them.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus.
And I think it was probably one of his last interviews, and it was from a decent size or a well-known enough publication. God, it might even have been the Hollywood Reporter. A guy went to interview him, and he answered everything with one-word or two-word answers.
Oh.
Yeah, yep.
And that's a famous interview of his.
Thank you. Thanks
yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for that,
yeah.
too.
Thanks for that.
Not really. No. Those are his answers.
Was he an 8-year-old boy?
God.
Yeah.
Oh, he just was just seething like, I don't want. Why do it then? Why even agree to do it? I don't
Yep.
know. How people
Did
can
you-
turn on a dime all of a sudden, because obviously he agreed to do it unless he did it with that intention, which is possible. But yeah,
You know-
if you look for YouTube videos about people that don't like Jerry Lewis, man, They are there. And it's sad.
There's lots
It's sad
of 'em.
because weren't you entertained as a kid watching his movies? God, they were great movies.
You know,
You
when
know,
he died, he left his 5 children nothing out of
Nothing.
the multi-million dollars that he had.
Cool.
Who did he leave it to?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Andy,
I-
and
I don't know.
I see it's 2:30. I don't want to hold your guess, but if you could tell me that quick, because I want to know. Yeah, can you imagine that?
He left everything to his wife, his widow.
Oh, well, that's
Well,
normal.
wouldn't the kids get that after her then?
No, he explicitly excluded his children.
Well,
Oh,
after
they
he's
could-
dead, she can do whatever she wants with her money.
I think that's true.
Sorry.
yes.
Sorry, Jerry.
God, why? Why would
Hey,
you?
lady.
Seriously.
And talk about the quintessential non-nepo baby. He didn't want anything to do with Gary Lewis and the Playboys.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
Gary was the son that really established a career on his own.
Man, that was a good
And
band, actually.
Gary, I think I read how Gary said he didn't want anything to do with him. He didn't want nothing to do with any of them. Somebody
No.
said, "Stet that record." Harry sure saw the Lewis movie in a special viewing. He said it was cringe.
I'm sure it
The
was.
day the clown
It
cried.
was grim.
Yeah.
Well, can you imagine? Like I say, think about it. Well, it still burns. This idea is just insane.
Yep.
And to think, a couple mere decades after the Holocaust, you're making a movie like? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know.
God, crazy. So, anyway, I'll get out of your hair and let Fernando get in and talk about what he needs to talk about, and we'll see you talk with you next week.
Yeah,
Sounds
you,
great.
You
Thank
go
you.
open up your windows.
Yeah.
For all
Oh
the
my
smoke.
God.
Oh, yeah.
We were getting smoked out, and we took the battery out of the fire alarm. But she says we're going to be running fans in here. It's just going to be loud, and I'm sure you would have got the smoke at one point. In the back.
Yeah. Jeez.
Not special effects.
We will talk to you next week, Pally.
All right. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
Thank
Right.
you.
See ya.
Timmy Lammers, ladies and gentlemen.
Indeed.
This segment brought to you by Michael Bryant, Bradshaw and Bryant Personal Injury Lawyers. Visit MinnesotaPersonalInjury.com to learn more. Oh, I guess look at how quickly the guest popped up. I love that.
Look at
Fernando
that.
Alessandri.
Yes.
How you doing, Fernando?
Hello, good. How are you guys doing?
I always want to break into song whenever I hear the name Fernando, of course.
All right, then.
Isn't it like, can you hear the guns, Fernando, though?
I know, but
I don't know that that's a good
it
thing.
comes into my brain every time. Sorry.
It's also, there was something special in the air that night, and I always worry it's a Bean reference.
Honest to God.
No.
Well, so how have you been? How's everything?
Chaotic. I just moved my son to Texas. His mom took a job there. We were trying to stay in California. All she could make work was Texas.
Oh,
I'm not ready to follow yet, but that's the hope. But we got him. It was all very last minute because the California job fell through. So we had a plan
Oh.
before the summer, and then it became a last minute scramble. But he's set up. He's safe. That's what counts. And I'll go
Good.
visit in a few weeks.
So who was looking for employment in California?
My ex, his mom.
His mom was, okay.
She was
And
trying
what
to
did she
stay.
do?
We pressured her to stay. She's in education. She moves a lot, though. This is an ongoing thing. We move every year or two.
Oh,
This will probably be the last one. I think she's got to make this one work.
yeah.
But I've said that a few moves ago. Anyway,
Yeah, there you go.
it works out crazy. But like, I'm glad we did the New York to California, because then I met my wife. So like, it's hard to just look back and say it was all bad. Some
Right.
good things have come from this. And
Sure.
I'm trying to make my son not be the loser. Trying to make him like,
sure. How old is he?
he's 12.
Oh, okay.
If you ever seen the movie was it called Life is Beautiful, the Italian one?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
the dad is trying to convince the kid that it's all a big game. That's what life has been like since 2019.
Yeah.
But you love him dearly, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's a pain in the butt, but yes.
You got to do the qualifiers. I understand.
Well,
that.
12-year-olds can be a tough customer.
Yeah.
We have those conversations, so we're very frank about. I don't love everything you do, and but love is different than like. So
That's true.
That's
I would
very
know.
true.
So what? He's in college, you said?
No, he's
No,
12.
12.
this is
Oh, he's only
12-year-old.
12.
Oh, he's a genius.
Yes. And that was hard too, because all these schools were already full. And last minute, someone said, "Yeah, we'll consider him." Two said they would consider him. One fell through when they got his records. So he's got a big mouth. He gets straight A's, but he's a handful. And I think not every adult is at his level of
Right.
communication. So I think that worked against him. We'll see how this new school, if they can handle his personality.
Boy, there's this one kid that
Yeah.
Catherine and I know that sounds an awful
Yeah, I was going to
lot
say, how
like
bad
yours.
could his records be? I got shuffled around all the time. I got straight F's. So, I mean,
Well,
No,
the
he gets-
teachers did not like you.
they did not.
You would not
the-
follow
It's
instructions.
the talking back, it's the arguing,
No, I
and,
did
Yep.
that too, believe
Yep.
me.
and they're wrong, and the kids probably right a lot. You probably were right. Like,
Mm,
no.
I don't know about
you know
that.
what? I kept on saying, a life skill is knowing when to shut your mouth.
It's true.
Because sometimes you just have to shut up.
Yes.
It's okay to shut up sometimes.
Yep.
So he's hopefully these will be banged out by the time he's 15. I don't know.
I don't know if I'd count on that.
Oh, you never know. Something might happen. You might-
15 maybe.
You might figure something out.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was. It was either Andy or Alex, obviously, our two children. I got a call from their school. This is many, many, many years ago. I think it might have been Alex, but I'm not sure. I got a call from the principal of the school. She was, and not come to think of it, it must have been you, Andy.
Yeah, we never got a call about Alex.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the one time, but that was a false accusation. Remember,
about-
Alex and I got called in for, like, apparently making a bomb threat or something?
Oh, yeah.
Making
There
a
was a
bomb
bomb
threat.
threat in the school, and some kids told the teachers that it was you and Alex.
Well, they had like a handwriting analyst determine that it was one of us, even though our handwriting does not look at all similar. Hers is good, mine is illegible. So it's like, if your analyst mixes the two of us up, it's not a good analyst.
Well, so it must have been you, Andy, that apparently that I got a call from the principal of the school, and even though he had an edge to him, he was also laughing. And this was when they were in like 4th grade, 5th grade, something like that. They said something that brought the principal into the schoolroom, the whole rest of it, and he had said, "You need to stop that, or we're going to have to punish you," and blah blah blah. And I think it was you, Andy, who said, "I'll call my dad and have him kick your ass." I will never forget.
Wow.
It was either you or Alex. I can't remember which one it was.
Doubt if Alex would have said that.
I doubt it, yes.
Yeah, probably. But Andy, you could see you saying that.
I don't
right?
recall saying that, but,
Yeah, but
it's possible.
It did. Well, unless the principal of your school was lying to me.
So, Fernando, what we're saying is you're not alone in this journey.
Yes, that's what we're trying to say here.
Yeah, no, it's common.
You're not alone here.
I got to be honest with you, though, too. I had a rough time in school. I tested out of everything, thank God. So I did get a diploma and all that stuff. But sitting in class, waiting for everybody else to catch up,
It is boring.
which
It's so
I
boring.
think it might be happening to your son. Does he have to sit around and wait a lot for everybody to catch up to him?
Definitely that was happening in the past, and he
Yep.
would even get in trouble for reading. So he would pull out a book and just content himself with his book, and they'd say, "You got to put it away," and he'd have trouble like
Oh, yeah.
even hearing them, even like disengaging from the book.
Yep.
Well, I mean, we have a lot of people that speak sometimes 15, 20 different languages in every school district. You got to teach to all of them.
Yeah.
It's really, it's kind of a hard process.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough road to hoe, but I'm assuming your child has a very, let me say is very, very smart. That's a good way to put it.
He's smart, and he's a reader. His mom is good about that stuff, like just keeping him off the technology, and has made him a reader. He's interested in science, and he's bright. He's just thinks he's going to be a lawyer.
Mm.
So we'll obviously is starting to learn, like, do you want to be right or do you want to preserve the relationship?
Yep.
Starting to have those talks.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's got to be tough on you as a parent. I know that.
It's pretty rough. I mean,
School problems are a nightmare. They really
I'll
are.
find out soon.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes, you will. Oh, you're gonna have a ball, Andy.
That's why we debated homeschooling, but God, I think we have no free time now.
Yeah, you wouldn't have any then.
I don't know what. We'd have to strike oil or find the largest gold nugget in the world or something like that in order to do homeschooling.
Fernando, I must say, my advice to you is get more. You look like you're really, really tired and worn out from all of this.
So I literally, it was like a, what do you call those, fire sales? I ended up renting a truck, getting all their stuff out of storage and from my apartment in Ventura. Like, I'm still split because he was living in Ojai. I had an apartment in Ventura, but I live in North Hollywood with my wife. Like, I've had this road existence. So yeah, I'm a little haggard. I just flew back 2 days ago. Like, we drove from Monday to, I can't even keep track of it all. And getting out of LA from Ventura to the other side of LA was like 3 or 4 hours. It was so nutty. It was the wrong time to leave.
Yeah.
And I used to do these trips. I used to love the road, and this trip changed me. I was like, man, I don't want to do this again. But I still have to, you know, I'm still working on my employment over there and my wife. So we're not following yet. We just, yeah, he's got to learn some patience to, yeah, it's not all going to work out like his mother imagines.
Yeah, moving is one of those things where every time I do it, I swear it's the last time.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
just remember, moving is I think one of the top 5 most stressful events in
I
your
think
life.
it's like 3rd or 4th or something
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
way
moving.
up there. So if he acts out for a while and he won't have friends yet and all
Yeah.
that, just, you know, you're just, yeah. Be forewarned.
He talked about the miracle of the Uno cards. So something had me bring Uno cards on the road trip, and then I put them in his bag his first or second day of school, just randomly, like, here, why don't you take these? And at some point, a kid, and the school is tiny, so there are only 8 kids in his class. The
that's
boys were
nice.
thrilled because it added a boy. But someone says, who wants to play Uno? And they all raise their hands. And then the kid that normally brings the cards didn't have them. And my kid, like, pulls them out, like, just random. And
He's a hero.
instant hero.
Instant hero.
It's the cutest thing, and he calls it the Uno miracle.
The Uno miracle.
Oh,
That's a good title.
Wonderful. Yeah, well, that's good. That was a great start.
So where are you? It doesn't look like a hotel.
No, I'm back in North Hollywood.
Oh, okay. So you went all the way over to Texas and then all the way back. Okay, no wonder.
Yeah,
boy.
I spent from, like, yeah, we got there. I spent the weekend, like, yeah, I had to get him enrolled Thursday, Friday, and then made sure Monday, Tuesday, because the mom was starting a new job, so I wanted her to have a couple days, and then I flew back on Tuesday. It's so weird when you do a trip that takes days and days, and you fly back in 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's so surreal.
Well, these two drive back and forth from Florida, and I mean that's a 24-hour drive, and I mean 24 hours of driving.
Well,
not just,
we've learned
Yeah.
that it's just way nicer to take 3-4 nights to do it
Yes.
than to try to do it with one night, which is what we used to do. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, we have to get there by Sunday. As it go as
Yeah.
fast as you can. It's like, no, I don't want to do that anymore.
yeah.
No, I stay safe. I break it up to 3 days.
Yeah,
If it had to take 4, it would have been 4, but
absolutely.
I got a second win, so it was good.
I can see that. So, I mean, it's kind of a tough. So basically, his mother and he live where now? They
Texas.
in
now.
Texas, and then you're remarried. Is that correct?
Correct.
Is that part of his problem? Is that why he has? I mean, when you're that young, 10, 11, 12 years old, whatever it is, and there are 3 parents kind of involved, it makes life a lot harder for them. And you I'm sure you understand that.
It's also ghetto-y here. Like, do not move to North Hollywood.
Is
Good
it
to know.
really? It
Oh.
didn't used to be.
Oh, it's awful.
Oh.
I don't know what I'm stepping on. When I walk the dog, I just have to kind of close
Oh,
my eyes.
don't.
Oh, okay.
So
But
why do you want to be in California?
No, so my wife owns this place,
Oh, okay.
and we paid it off. And her career has always just been entry level type hotel work, a little higher, but not management. And she made the American dream happen. Just keeping at it, kind of thing.
Right.
Consistent, doesn't quit easily, doesn't. So this is our kind of bedrock. I loved Ventura, man. That ocean breeze, like
Oh yeah.
15-degree difference. Any other
Yep.
part, that was wonderful. But now it's not worth. I can't keep that apartment open, so that's cutting down. We'll save some money on that. But then Texas. So we were going to subsidize my ex. She had a job lined up in Ventura. I was like, wait, this actually works if we still have this apartment, but she starts out part-time job. Anyway, we had a plan, and then they reneged her offer.
Oh, no.
Oh God.
That was a bizarre twist in the midsummer.
Yeah, that's not good. Did they give any reason for holding you up like that? Or her up, I should say.
Why they reneged? I don't think she ever fully had the conversation. They were overseas. She had a job overseas that she's had during the summers for years. Because in education, a lot of times you're only paid 10 months.
Yeah.
You have to go do something else. And he gets a free camp. So he was set. It was nice. But no, so the conflict, though, with having me be married again, like I got his permission. I don't know if everybody does that, but I got his permission before marrying her. She's great. They get along great.
Good.
And we all try to avoid the kind of choice, one or the other. But it has to make financial sense, is where we're at now.
Sorry, I'm laughing because Jude apparently thinks the podcast is over.
Yeah,
and
he
he's
does.
clawing at
Matter of
Tom.
fact, I'll do a commercial while we figure out what he wants.
What's your deal, dog?
Did you know that Minnesota has strict deadlines for filing a personal injury claim? Wait too long and you may miss out. That's why I recommend talking to Bradshaw and Bryant personal injury lawyers at minnesotapersonalinjury.com or 320-259-5414. Even if you're years away from the statute of limitations, memories and evidence have a tendency to fade over time, so contact them today at Bradshaw and Bryant. So, it's interesting is you have a look about you that you're kind of worn out from this whole thing.
Yeah, road trips will do that to you.
You really do.
I've aged a lot in that marriage,
Last week.
in that non-marriage, in the whole co-parenting situation. It's not for chumps.
No.
It's very stressful when you have personalities involved.
So it just gets very stressful.
In the chat during the last segment, I don't know if I can find the person again. We had someone, Fern something, I think, said, what we need a movie about a retired former spy in the retirement home. Fern Factor. Is that someone you know, or is that just a complete coincidence?
That is someone I am.
Oh, that's you. Oh, well, there you go.
It's someone I am.
Oh, yeah, Fern. Okay, now I get it.
Oh.
Because the previous guest was talking about movies, so I dove into that topic.
Okay, I was like, is that his wife, or what's going on here?
Bird.
No.
Hey, whatever works, right?
So we can also talk about this guy. This is my...
There
Yeah, we didn't talk about it too much last time you were on.
passion
Yeah, let's
project.
talk about it. Well, you want to talk about it?
What do you want?
Yeah, I'd love to.
So what, would you hold it up again? Just one quick second.
Yep, so it's called...
Agent
Agent Bigglesby, not dead. Well,
yet.
that's good. Not dead yet is good.
It's a
Not a New York Times bestseller.
Not a New York Times bestseller, which is
Yeah.
good.
So
Yet?
that's a D. That's a letter D.
Oh, yeah, because you couldn't use the name, huh?
Well, because I don't have the PR firm.
Yeah.
I don't have an organization deciding who the next star is. So New York is not timing this one.
I
It's not
see.
been timed by that industry.
God, unbelievable.
I use the pseudonym.
So why do you use a pseudonym?
So that is a long story. It's because it started as a script a friend wrote that never went anywhere. Over 20 years ago, they were answering, well, there's going to be a gay James Bond, there's going to be a this James Bond, there's going to be a that. So it never went, and I just always remembered it. And when I wanted to try writing again, I asked him if he was doing anything with it. He said no, but it needed a total rewrite, take it to the studs. So I rewrote it for a year. And he doesn't want his name anywhere, he not objection. He just has a different life now. Like, imagine you have someone on the Supreme Court, and then it's like, oh, you wrote this weird thing. Like, you just don't want to mix these lives. And he's not that high up. But, and then I said, Hollywood's going to change it. So you had this other discussion going on about curse words in movies. And I have this funny preacher that gives a sermon, and it's about the cross, but not explicitly. It's like this alternate Christian universe where he's talking about blessed are the really, really fruct. And there's a whole language of fructification. I mean, instead of justification, is somehow somehow the things you're going through are going to bear fruit. And so I came up with this.
Oh, yeah, I get it.
Alternate, like fruct. You're so fruct, but later it'll bear fruit kind of thing. Anyway, why did I use a pseudonym? One is to protect the other author. Two is I'm a psychologist, and I was scared that my industry doesn't have enough of a sense of humor either.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Someone's going to come after my license if they're like, what?
Oh, God.
Technically, people do.
Yeah, so now I'm a little less worried. I'm being more the front man, the face of the thing, because I don't have an agent. So anyway, we chose that name, but the book is all me. But it was a process, because I even tried ghostwriters. I was like, they convinced me this low rate. I'm like, yeah, I guess. I don't know how to write a book. So I'm like, here, turn this into a book. And they were terrible at it. And so I just kept taking it back, like, forget it. Mm-hmm. And so it's a journey on how, for people dabbling and thinking of writing books, it's like, I feel like I've done the full journey. And the more the ghostwriters slowed things down, like they kept trying to add fees, like, oh, if you want it done by then, that's a charge. I'm like, no, I'll do it myself. But they didn't realize the more time they gave me, the more I learned, and the less I needed them. So eventually I learned all the steps and uploaded it and found ways to. So now I'm working on the marketing. But the book's better than the script.
Doing shows like this will help that quite a bit, I would think.
Hoping.
That's the idea.
Yeah. It's a fun, like, the more I talk about it. So we did a reading in Pasadena at a bookstore, and I hired actors. It was so fun to just see it come to life, to have these old enemies. Like, I have to stay away from that original English franchise, but parodies now with Austin Powers, and so I have a lot of accents. It's very international. People that you might have thought of as male might be female in this. Like, oh, she goes by Rosie now. Like,
oh, well, I grew up with a guy named Mark Rosen, and he was always called Rosie.
So this one has metal teeth, and it also laughs with people having diamond studs. So, and she can't basically, they can't get used to retirement. So there are a bunch of people still hunting him down. And his caretaker at the nursing home says, you're paranoid, nobody cares about you anymore. And we do quick cuts to people like Vilefinger. One of his arch enemies was a guy named Vilefinger, but he's just in diapers now with dementia somewhere.
God.
Yeah, that happens.
And he's got his loyal caretaker, Gottfried, and he keeps saying, Gottfried, we have to get this agent Superpants. And Gottfried's like, yes, we will initiate Project Compassion right away. And it's always the fake name, Compassion, for going to kill a guy, you know.
Sure.
So he fakes the call like, okay, you know, we got to initiate Project Compassion with absolute rigor, ha ha ha. You know, it's just silly. It's a lot of pastiche from the last 60 years of movies in these genres, with a lot of musical references, like parodies of AC/DC are in there. Like, there's everything. You can't go a page or two without getting some kind of musical reference or movie reference.
So when did you publish it?
April 1st of this year.
Of this year, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was wondering, because there was, I don't know if you want us to say the name of the English franchise. I won't unless you want us to.
No, you can. I don't.
Okay. Because there was that prequel to James Bond, right? When he was like going through academy or whatever it is. And that came out relatively recently. And I thought that was interesting because it's like, okay, so you got a million James Bond movies when he's like, between the ages of 20 and 50 or whatever. And now you got this new one where he's like a teenager, I think. But then your book is like on the complete other end of the spectrum. It's not what happened before; it's what happened well after it started not
Yeah,
mattering anymore.
yeah. No, I'd like to see that actually. I'm curious. This is more like, and there's some flashbacks to still trying. Like he can't handle retirement. He can't. Like it's his whole identity. No family, nothing else. This is all he knows.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are some quick cuts to the messing up. The last 3 or 4 missions that he just kept. At some point they say, I think you're doing more harm to the prime minister than our enemies, like to the government, to our, because it becomes a PR nightmare. Like I joke a lot with 1960 meets the HR departments of today.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Completely inappropriate.
Oh yeah.
And he gets hired on as a consultant, but now he's telling the young guy to seduce someone. And it's not only no longer appropriate, it's the wrong department. It's the head of HR of a Chinese company. Like just so many tangles and embarrassments.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's worse and worse. And so it's just a lot. It's for people that are very frustrated with how bad organizations are today. Like I think society peaked maybe 20, 30 years ago, and now it's been like coming down.
Absolutely.
Healthcare is worse. Organizations are just dumb. The amount of
dumb.
The amount of stupidity is just incredible that we're stumbling into left and right.
Well, don't you think our politicians have a lot to do with that? This political climate in this country is horrendous.
It's so short. My new idea is you have to create alternatives and then phase out the old thing. So you need like a whole new idea for what a prison even is. Otherwise, it's just these billions that are getting wasted. I worked 3 years in prisons, and they're just not. It's just dumb. But you're not just going to keep putting Band-Aids. They just keep putting Band-Aids. And you need a whole rival that then replaces the thing. And I think the same with healthcare. Let's just start the alternate and phase one out as the other one takes over. It's just too big.
Yeah, that's one problem is we tend to not start the alternate first. We just decide we've had enough, burn it all down, we'll start anew. But it takes a while to start anew, like sometimes 10, 20 years. And people are like, okay, well, we got rid of the old crap that we hate. Now what? Well, now there's nothing.
But
so,
yeah,
you gotta kind of like, you can't be too hasty. You gotta know what you want before you start trying to get it.
Yeah, and it's hard if someone's only elected for 4 years.
Exactly, yeah. Because, well, I mean, like a president's maximum term is 8 years. What can you really get accomplished in 8 years? Not really a whole lot.
That is a good point.
Which I guess might have been the point to begin with. It's like, we don't want someone who can reshape America in their own... Yeah, but at the same time, it's like 8 years. What are you going to do in 8 years?
And there's something going on in the legal world that's ruining a lot of things, organizations, hospitals. I remember my parents talking about it in the 70s and 80s, how hospitals were getting sued. And so there just aren't enough clever lawyers. Like I have a sick example. For the prisons to save a lot of money, they should just make suicide an okay choice. I don't want anyone to commit suicide. But the amount of resources that go to that and the 90% of what's fake, people they know this phrase is magic. They have a magic phrase now. And that results in billions of dollars. So like, how can lawyers not solve this? It seems to me like it's so simple in a sense, but maybe it's not. But I don't know, because McDonald's still had to pay for someone spilling their coffee. Like we live in an insane...
Yep.
But if that never gets solved, then it's just the thing keeps plummeting. And America was good, but it's going to have like the bracket 1776 to 2056. It's terminal. It's not going to survive.
Fernando, we got to have you back on, man. You got to just stick with it. I know it seems like it's really tough for you right now, but stick with it. You'll get there. You're a smart guy.
I'm in for the ride. I have a lot of resilience. Good. I'm not, Anyway, thank you so much.
Is your goal to move to Texas eventually? Or do you just not really?
I would
so
love
you
it.
do?
I do like the cheaper standard of living.
Yes,
There are
absolutely.
a lot of positives.
All right, so well, next time we talk to you, you might be in Texas.
Yes, that is true.
Same time zone as us. Yeah, you showed up about a half an hour early because of a time zone thing, which is understandable.
Oh, I
We've
thought
had-
I was late.
Yeah, we've had guests come on. They call like 2 hours after the show's over, and they're like, "I'm ready." It's like,
It was
not-
fun hearing the movie guy. I liked that conversation. So that was a lot.
Well,
of
he's
fun.
on every 2 p.m. on Fridays. So
2 p.m. on Friday, Central
there's your
Time.
new favorite podcast you can listen to every week.
Central Time, of course. Where can people get your book?
It's on Amazon, and if you hate Amazon, it's on Barnes and Noble. It's on Lulu.com.
Wonderful.
The website is the author name, jamesprochester.com.
Is that from Rochester, Minnesota?
Or New York.
Or New
Yeah.
York?
I was going to say, as Minnesotans, we know a Rochester,
I
but
was in New York. I'm a New Yorker, and yeah, apparently there was a lot of mafia in Rochester, so that's kind of
Yeah.
stuck with me.
Yep.
big surprise.
All right, Fernando. We'll come back soon, sir. It's nice having you on again.
Thanks a lot. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, Andrew, any closing words?
Well, we can talk about next week briefly.
Oh, yeah, next week.
Do our post show. So you and Mom won't be on Wednesday or Friday, right?
Is Mom not on Wednesday either?
Is she? Well, I wish she hadn't left.
No, I think she's on Wednesday. I cannot be on Wednesday or Friday next week.
Okay.
I have some commitments that I have to take care of, and they're pretty important, so I got to do it. But before we go, I do want to thank everybody. Our numbers are, it seems to me, Andy, they're going through the roof right now.
We're doing pretty well. The new format, I think, is pretty popular. People like the little, the 30-minute, 40-minute segments we've been doing.
Yeah, I think it's 30-minute segments is a good idea. But yeah, the numbers keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And if any of you know a salesperson that does, like podcast promotion.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What would you even call that?
Yes, sales, promotions, I guess. I don't know. They call it, in radio, they just call it sales.
They just call it sales in radio, so I suppose it's just podcast sales.
Yeah, if you know, studio at CompleteDisaster.live. If you know anyone, especially in the Minnesota area, because we're a global podcast, as all podcasts are, but we're still very, very Minnesotan in terms of our audience.
Yeah.
So if anyone knows a Minnesota area person who thinks, if you think they could sell the show, then email me. We'll talk.
Yeah, because I've been part of the show, and then I did the sales as well, and there's only so far I can go with that. So
I've been trying, and it's not easy, especially with all the other crap that I have to do for the show.
Right, absolutely. It's a lot of work. So yeah, if you have any ideas or somebody wants to take it on, it'd be great to have a salesperson. And I tried, but it has nothing to do with trying. I just did it, but it is time now because we have some great advertisers already on the show, obviously. Really,
Yeah, we
really
don't need
good
a whole
friends.
lot more. We just,
No, but we should have a salesperson. There's no question about that. So if you guys have any ideas, let us know.
Charlie says, I sold radio in the early 80s. I hated it. So probably not you then.
I can understand that. But selling podcasts, I guess, is different.
Well, yeah, there is that. Because radio, I mean, think of how many ads play in an hour on the
Right,
radio. I mean,
right.
it literally has to be 20 or 30. So you're talking to so many different people. You're talking to like 10 different clients just for like 1 week of one show. Whereas, this show, it's less, which is nice.
Yeah, well, there you go. All right, who should they reach out to if they're somebody listening now that does radio, well, not radio, but podcasting, advertiser sales?
You can email studio at CompleteDisaster.live. That will be me.
That will be you.
I will be reading that.
Studio at Complete Disaster Live.
CompleteDisaster.live, yes.
.live. All right, we will talk to you next week, and have a great weekend.
Bye.